Peace, y'all.
Y'all come on in, y'all come on in. Oh yeah, that's what we need to like it in. So people can follow. Y'all come on in, y'all. Peace, come on in. Come sit down at the table at God, y'all.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Somebody say the kingdom hero Israel.
Somebody want to come up here,
Panoramic painting. Yes, all colonized for 5 years.
Peace.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. Peace.
Okay, that's okay. You are now with another controversial topic.
You got vegan bacon too.
Yeah, it's the same topic we had yesterday.
All right. He said a controversial topic.
Yes.
Well, the truth is controversial to the lie, but it's enlightening to those who don't believe the lie. That's why in the Bible it talks about war, but you don't war with flesh and blood. So we are not warring with flesh and blood. We are warring with our mouths of those who speak the truth and those who tell the lies. So although this controversial because many people believe the lie, we just telling the truth. And that was going to make war when it came to the truth. We living in darkness. This world is not living in enlightenment. The devil deceived the whole world. The Bible don't exclude Ethiopia. And if people accept that the Bible comes from Ethiopia, well, the true Ethiopians are scattered. According to the Bible, and see, Ethiopians don't consider themselves the biblical people because of colonization. So Ethiopia think Israel is in the
Middle East? No.
in the Middle East or wherever they say Israel is at.
North Africa.
So
But
this
I
is
didn't.
the colonization is the information that they have taught us and made us believe. That's the form of colonization. Everybody is under that colonization.
Yeah, maybe I didn't get your point of view, but there is still there are still different issues that people are talking about. Most of the time, some of the people says Ethiopia is colonized, and most of the people and the rest of the world says Ethiopia has never been colonized. And in my opinion, I'm Ethiopian. I'm from Ethiopia. Basically, I'm from Ethiopia, and uh, um, Ethiopia has never been colonized. If what you are saying is that maybe about neocolonialism and the influence of the world, maybe nowadays we are living in the globalized world, and all the world are connected to each other, and we are dependent on each other. But in terms of colonization and the past history, when you trace back the history, Ethiopia are the people that defended their countries from from African continent, the country that never been colonized. Ethiopia and Liberia are listed. They are
Brother
never been
man,
colonized.
don't you know
But
Ethiopia
but
is a landlocked country right now because of the colonizers? The whole reason why
yeah, yeah,
Ethiopia is landlocked. It has no ports. Now,
yeah,
Ethiopia didn't close up their ports. They was blocked off by the colonizers.
yeah.
So,
That we
so
need
these
to.
things, brother, like when you don't have economic wealth, most likely you are colonized because you have to depend on somebody else. So you have to abide by. This is what the British have been done to every country they colonized. They starved them out, and you had to go and get a loan from them. Now, once you get a loan from them, now you got to start obeying what I say. You see what I'm saying? So this is easily proven. Now Ethiopia has been poor for many years, but it has a rich history. I'm gonna say it again. Ethiopia has been poor for many years, but it has a rich history. This is why Zatu and Marcus Garvey was trying to get the African Americans to come back so it can rebuild Ethiopia. But we know Ethiopia, that's why many people leave Ethiopia because of what? For better opportunities. Because the opportunities in Ethiopia have not been that great for many, many generations. So if I'm poor, then I have to what? Accept what the colonizers are going to bring in. Because I don't have enough resources to get my own.
Maybe if you are yeah, I agree with you. If you are just talking about the recent Ethiopia, you have some point that is true. But if we are generally talking about Ethiopia, and if we are talking about the history, Ethiopia are the brave and the heroic people that defended their country. Most of the parts of Ethiopia, the recent
Well,
Ethiopia, has never been colonized and never been the territory of the colonialists. But if you are talking about the recent Ethiopia, that is true. Ethiopia is nowadays a landlocked country. It have political problems. It have social and economical problems. But that's not mean Ethiopia. How you dare to say Ethiopia is colonized?
brother man,
You need to
well,
differentiate that. You need to
no,
differentiate that.
you
You just
disagree. You
literally say
disagree
Ethiopia is
that.
colonized.
But listen. When we say most people say Ethiopia has never been colonized, that is a false statement because you just agreed yourself that Ethiopia have many political problems, financial problems, and all kind of problems going on, tribal war, and this been going on for many years. So you can't say Ethiopia has never been colonized. Because you just said Ethiopia is colonized. And you say you agree with me. So this is what we are trying to bring to people. We're trying to bring the facts about the colonization and what took place. That's why
No,
we have
I
a
didn't say.
petition.
I
Just
didn't
hear me
say.
out.
I didn't
Because
say
people get the
Ethiopia is
wrong idea.
colonized.
No,
I'm not interrupting you, but I just want to clear something here. I didn't say Ethiopia is colonized. I didn't say. But if we are talking about the recent issues, if we are talking about the issues in the recent time, nowadays there are lots of problems, and most of the countries in the world are under neo-colonialism, and most of the people are in economic colonization.
what is
We all know that.
okay?
There
So
is a
what is
there is a conspiracy that is done in Ethiopia on Ethiopia
okay? So what
to
you
make
telling
it
me?
landlocked.
Okay, so what you telling me is neo.
That is Ethiopia.
Hold up. So I'm gonna ask you a question. So what you telling
You do
me?
not need.
Brother
Not
man,
listening,
brother
bro.
man. So what you
Here, I
telling
want
me?
you to brief
Hold up,
something.
brother. So, what you telling me? Neo-colonialism is not a form of colonization.
That is, neo-colonialists are not engaged directly into colonialism at the past eras or at the past colonialists,
Hey,
but
bro,
they
bro,
are just
bro,
they are trying to
bro,
marginalize
bro.
countries
Listen.
with
Hey,
economy
hey, 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 listen, listen,
and
listen,
something like that.
listen. When your original artifacts are taken from your land, your original strolls are taken from your place, and you can't get them back from the people you became allies with, this shows that mean they have power over you. You right now, Ethiopia and the British Empire are now allies. You are in allies and dealings with the same people who took and destroyed y'all king, who y'all got statue of. So what would that look like to the government? And Tedros wasn't a bad man. Tedros was trying to repair Ethiopia. He was trying to restore Ethiopia. Tedros wasn't doing bad things. Now, a lot of people hated on him, but he wasn't doing bad things. So when you talk about what it looked like a nation going in cahoots with another nation that looted your gold, your artifacts, but most Ethiopians don't even know nothing about it. But they looted all these things from you. Right now, y'all trying to get Elamayo body back. You still trying to get the artifacts, but at the same time, these are the people that you are allies with. So that means Ethiopia don't have power like Great Britain. Great Britain have greater power than Ethiopia because Ethiopia had power, they'll be able to get it back. So
Yeah, yeah.
okay, so what
But
I'm saying, well,
despite
brother man, so if you
despite
don't have power, this
the
proves
British,
this is the colonization because Ethiopia is supposed to have power. This is what make
let
Ethiopia,
me explain. Let
brother
me
man. This is
explain
what
here.
make Ethiopia great, man. These people, these
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
these people
Ethiopia
didn't
is
come in and
great.
let people take from. You see what happened to Tedros? He got unalive. He said,
Yeah,
"Well, I'm pull
Ethiopia has
out, huh?"
many heroes.
Okay,
Ethiopia
but I'm
have
saying,
many
but
heroes. Ethiopia
heroes
have
don't
rich
let a
history.
nation come in there and take nothing from them. Tedros didn't bow down and say, "Here you go, I'm gonna give it to you." No, what? It was blood in and blood out. So right
Let me
now,
explain. Let me
that's
tell
what I'm
you
saying,
something,
brother man.
brother.
Like Ethiopia does not
Let me.
have a warrior government right now. They have a submissive government to the Roman Catholic Church. Everybody know this. Everybody know the popes. All y'all scholars, y'all they go to the Vatican. They go to the college inside the Vatican, which is in Rome, and they learn the teachings of the Bible. Your top scholars, your prime minister, the one that ruled Ethiopia, went to school in Great Britain. That's
Yeah,
colonization.
that's the way. That is the way that the recent international relation and diplomatic relation
So,
are just in that way. That is the reason why the governments are linked with those popes and the Vatican popes and something like that. But what here I want to tell you is, despite the Britain's defended and defeated Theodros, and they robbed most of the Ethiopian relics and most of the treasuries, but they at the same time they helped Ethiopians while Italians invaded Ethiopia. The one who freed and the one who liberated Ethiopia and who supported the guerrilla fighters is the Italian army, with the diplomatic relation and ties with
yeah,
Selassie I,
brother, I know
the, the governor of Ethiopia
brother man,
by the
we
time.
know all the things that happened. We know why Haile Selassie went to Great Britain. We know why. But you gotta understand why Great Britain helped Ethiopia, because Great Ethiopia had something that Great Britain wanted. They didn't help Ethiopia because they cared about Ethiopians. Like, do you literally think Great Britain helped Ethiopia because they cared about Ethiopians? That's what you think? That's the same people they stole
Yeah,
and robbed from.
maybe.
The same people they unalived. They unalived Tedros' wife. They took his
Yeah,
child. They probably
they didn't
unalived him when
try
he was
to invade
17.
Ethiopia.
I just want you. I just want to
Come
ask
on.
the question. Do you think
Okay.
that the Great Britain
Yeah.
helped Ethiopia
Yeah,
because
the
they
Great
cared about
Britain helped
Ethiopians?
Ethiopia.
Brother man,
The
just
Great
answer.
Britain helped Ethiopia. Why?
Stop, bro. We
If
know
you
it.
ask me why,
Listen.
I will be explaining here.
African Americans, stop, brother man.
Let
Just
let
answer
me
the
explain
question.
it.
I don't want
Let
nothing
me
else. I just want you
explain
to
it.
answer the question because African Americans help Ethiopians also to remove the Italians. So right now, but Ethiopians don't come over here and thank African Americans. Ethiopians come over here and stick their nose up to African Americans. But I ain't gonna. We ain't gonna even get on that talk. So, but right now, I just want you to answer the question. Do you think Great Britain helped Ethiopia because they was doing it for the Ethiopians?
Yeah, they helped Ethiopia because they made a good relation and they
Brother man,
they have
that's
a
not
good
what I asked
relation
you,
with the
brother. That's
government,
all I asked
with
you
the ruler of
was.
Ethiopia.
All I asked you was, do you believe
Let me
that Great
explain
Britain
it.
helped Ethiopia
The,
because
the
they
emperor,
cared about the Ethiopians? That's what you think.
the emperor of Ethiopia, Selassie I, the great emperor of
All
Ethiopia,
right, brother
he
man. Thank you for
believed
coming, brother man.
in,
Thank you for coming up, brother. And see, this is
let
why people can't answer the question because basically what they saying, Great Britain cares for Ethiopians. That's what you're saying right now. Great Britain caring for black people right now. That's what you're saying. They over there right now in the parliament thinking about how they gonna help black people and Ethiopians. That's what you're saying. Come on, brother. But they had white folks with black babies on TV talking about send a penny when the British got all kind of money. How you begging people to send a penny and send donations? See, this is called facades. This is called trickery, wizardry. I'm gonna put look, come help us in. Come on, y'all. That's a game, y'all. But I guess a lot of y'all really can't see past that. You know, y'all can't see past the.
Because some of them didn't see the commercials.
Oh yeah, they ain't see
Some
the
of
commercial.
them, shoot, we grew up watching them commercials.
They come from Britain where all the money at, but why they ain't reach out to Great Britain government for them to for the government to send money? Why the government ain't send aid to Ethiopia? They had it. What's going on? Peace.
What up?
What you got for us today? What
Yeah,
brought you on the panel?
yeah,
What's going on?
what up with it? Is you Ethiopian?
Is I'm Ethiopian?
We are of the scattered Ethiopians.
Yeah, we are the scattered Ethiopians.
Oh, okay. And Haile Selassie, you follow him?
No.
Okay. So what do you have against Haile Selassie?
I really don't have nothing against him like that. I just tell the truth about the matter. You know, a lot of people don't even know Haile Selassie's story. They just know Haile Selassie for sitting on the throne. They don't know his story. They don't know none of the wars that he had in Ethiopia with other Ethiopian governors and stuff. So, and that's the same thing. Like, people think I got something against Haile Selassie. No, I just tell the truth. A lot of people lying on Haile Selassie. I tell the truth.
So do you believe he was the Christ to sit on the throne of David?
No.
And
Christ
do
will
you
never, Christ will never
believe
feed up. Huh?
do you believe that the Rastafarians are wrong about him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. I
Because
feel
like I
that.
say, they don't even know his story. They don't know. If you ask most of the Rastafarians, now it's a few of them that really know, but majority of them, they don't know his story.
You know about how he unalived his brother to get the throne?
And I'm saying that wasn't even his brother.
Well, okay.
Now that was his cousin, but that wasn't his brother. That's him right here. Now he didn't unalive him.
No,
Like
he
he was.
imprisoned him. He sent him in
Yeah,
prison.
he in prison. Yeah, but that was the Crown Council that really imprisoned him. He wasn't even empowered in. Like Haile Selassie wasn't over him. He the uncrowned emperor. Haile Selassie wasn't even thought of to be king at that time.
Right.
You know,
right.
she was in a position. You know, so like I said, they don't even know Haile Selassie's story. So her husband went to war with Haile Selassie because of the negotiation that Haile Selassie was doing with foreign people. I don't really know the exact details, but I know they went to war. This is her husband. You know,
Okay.
And when he went to war with Haile Selassie, he did get unalived. 2 days
Okay.
later, she passed. And when
Right.
she passed, that's when Haile Selassie got the seat.
Right.
So it
Right.
wasn't
Right.
like, oh, God just chose him based off works. No, people came up missing. People, and then what? Well, here you go, Haile Selassie. You next up. Here you go. That's all it was. It wasn't, he didn't really, people got his story like he slew 1,000 people, and he
No,
went
no,
to war and the queen bowed to him. Like,
no,
none of that shit happened.
I don't think people look at him in that way. I think because he has such of a hard upbringing as far as like not being favored, not being the one.
What? That's not true.
What you mean it wasn't true?
His brother, man, his daddy was of the royal Ethiopian courts. His daddy was the governor.
But Haile Selassie was not the next one to be the heir to the throne.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, because he didn't have the works. That's what I'm. Now he was raised.
Listen, you cut me off and you don't even know what I'm saying, bro.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying was Haile Selassie, like you said, and I'm agreeing with you in certain aspects. Like it wasn't just like given to him righteously, like he took it, but the way that he took it, the way that he gained the seat, I mean, it wasn't of becoming of the natural way. You see what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he was the next one to be in line. He had to do something.
He was the next one to be in line, bro. So what his happened more naturally and not more Christ way. It's no evidence to say God chose him. It's no evidence of that. It's just people came up missing, and then he was next in line because of his position. You see what I'm saying? So it was more organic. It was like right now, that's just like if something happened to Joe Biden. Camilla step up. It ain't nothing special about, Camilla step up and now she's no, she next in line. Now, so if something happened to the person, they get the position. That's it. That's all that happened with Haile Selassie.
So I got a couple other questions. I know you got a couple people. So when you say scattered Ethiopians, are like the Ethiopians the only scattered people?
Well, that's according to the biblical prophecy, because but you have,
hold on. When you say according to the biblical prophecy, right? You mean like you read the Bible, like you study it?
Yeah.
That's what because the Bible comes from Ethiopia. The Bible is about the royal priesthood.
Okay, so who are the Cushites?
The Cushites is the priesthood that's after the flesh. That's why they come from Ham.
So Cushites aren't Ethiopians?
Yeah, they're all Cushites, Ham, and Shem are all the same people. Cushites, Shem,
Hold up. Look. I'm trying to respect your platform, right? All the diatribing and all the like the manipulating words that you speaking, like it's not gonna do nothing for me. Like I'm not your woman sitting next to you, bro. So what I'm saying is, how is Ham and Shem the same?
Look, no, don't do that.
How is Ham and Shem the same? I'm just asking you a question.
That's cool.
You running off.
Look, turn your camera on so we can see your face when you get these answers.
Bro, how is Ham and Shem the same?
Turn your camera on.
Bro, you don't need to see my camera, whole ass nigga. Who is Ham and Shem?
Hey, hold up, brother man. Hold up, no.
Who is Ham and Shem?
Slow down.
It ain't no slow down, bro.
Hey, slow down so we can turn your camera on. We can do this in decency and order.
Who is Ham and Shem?
Let's do it in decency and order, bro.
Who is Ham and Shem?
Can we do it in decency and order?
Who is Ham and Shem?
So you don't want to do this in decency and order, I'm going to remove you.
We've been talking like this for the longest. You're not about to switch up.
So you can't, when you know you finna get cut, you can't just sit back and say, well, okay, man.
And why come with the disrespect?
Let's handle this like men. Don't handle this like little boys. You know, like you said, I'm not your girl sitting next to you. Well, stop acting like a woman. Act like a man.
And put your camera on.
And put your camera on, and we can do it in decency and order. But he couldn't do that.
Y'all always want to use me.
You mad, boy.
Yo, I'm not here to argue, but you should bring that guy up. He had a point.
Yeah, you could answer it if you come with respect.
But he didn't say anything disrespectful.
Brother,
Just
Man,
bring him
listen,
back.
bro.
Bring him
Do
up.
you
Can
want
y'all
to talk
please
about
finish up the
some
conversation?
substance?
That shit was low key
what's your
entertaining.
question, brother?
I don't have a question. Just bring the guy back and finish up the conversation.
Man, don't tell me how to run my panel. I'm gonna finish the conversation with people who know how to act decency. I asked them 3 times to let's do this in decency and order. I just didn't hurry up and kick him off. We clearly asked him, let's do it in decency and order, and he refused to follow the rules because he knew he gonna lose. He knew he was gonna lose.
Peace, peace. Imagination.
Imagination going once. Imagination going twice.
What you cook? You ain't cook nothing. We even get to answer the question.
Then Sterling, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Peace, peace.
Okay, I very nice pictures, lovely. I just wanted to say Tedros was my favorite king, King Tedros, and
Salute. Yeah.
yes, and I know I'm from Eritrea. I don't know if you know where that is,
Mm-hmm.
which is next door to Ethiopia per se, but we were same country, same people, same kings. Eritrea had its own king. Besides when Tedros was there, we had our own king. Um, but I just wanted to get to the point where um, Ethiopia, as you say, where it is now, it used to stretch up to Sudan, where Nubia is, and we had a king called Azana. You know, the first Christian king from Aksum,
From
and
accident.
Aksumite the kingdom. So this kingdom went and invaded South Sudan, which is Nubia. And there's a written historical thing that's there now, which says that they took over the South Sudanese part, which was called Ethiopia. So Azana claims he invaded Ethiopia. So the actual word Ethiopia, for me, is very confusing because the whole of Africa was called Ethiopia. Atlantic
No.
Ocean was called Ethiopia. The Indian Ocean was called Ethiopia at some point, and for us Eritreans that live in that part of East Africa, we see history is not told in the right way. So
Well, see,
basically
well,
what you've cut is one side of the story. There's another side to this
that's what I'm
story.
saying. Like, when we talk about the story, man, most of the leaders of our people that could have told the story, they got unalived in battle. You know how
Yeah,
many
but listen,
secrets?
yes,
See,
yes,
we
but
got.
listen,
You know how
we've
many?
never been
You know,
colonized.
hold up, brother, man,
We
hold up,
we
hold up,
we've never been colonized.
brother,
So our history
brother,
goes
brother,
from man
man,
to man,
slow down,
like my
slow
grandfather.
down.
We listen,
Okay,
brother. We listen to you. You have to. We have to have a
sorry,
dialogue. Like,
I apologize. I
Because
apologize.
we damn sure ain't up here to get information. Like we are actually doing something for what we are talking about. We got it in black and white. So if y'all can't show us what y'all doing to fix the problem, then your words need to be very, very few. So
Yes,
Ethiopia Africa was never called Ethiopia because none of our ancestors used the word Ethiopia. None of these people up here used the word Ethiopia.
yes,
He
yes.
was
This is
king
what I'm
of
trying to say
Wallow.
to you.
Hold up, brother
This
man.
is yes,
Brother man, stop. Brother,
yes, yes,
stop.
yes,
Ethiopia comes from the colonizers.
yes,
Ethiopia does not come from Africa. That's not an African
yes,
word.
yes,
So if anybody is using the word Ethiopia, like Eritrea, Eritrea was never called Eritrea.
yes.
It was called
It,
something else. And
it
like you
used to be
said,
called. It
it
used to
was
be called
one piece of land.
Medrbahawi.
Brother, it was one piece of land.
Yes,
And you always had the king of kings, and you always had the other kings of the province. Like him himself, he was the king. At the time, Menelik was the king of kings. He was the king of Wallow. He had
yeah,
his
yeah,
own army.
Yes, yes,
So even when you deal with East Africa, that land, you always had other kings. Just
yes,
like in
yes,
America, you got governors of
yes,
land. Like
100%.
you got
Yes,
one king that might be over. Then you have other kings that set
you're
up
right.
along the
You're right.
province.
You're right.
So and every king named their land after their self. Every king named the land after their self or after their wisdom. So
Yes,
this proves Ethiopia to be colonized because they use the name Ethiopia.
yes,
This proved Eritrea to be colonized because they use these names from the colonizers. The colonizers gave us these names.
we
So
had
if
no
we
choice.
wasn't colonized, just let me finish. If we
Yes,
wasn't colonized, we would not be using these names the same thing like we use African American. The colonizers gave us these names. So just like African Americans use their colonizer name, everybody else around the world use their colonized name.
yes,
And so this what proves the world is colonized.
yes, but we had no choice over that when they
Well,
named
you're
those
right. Oh, no,
places.
we got a choice. We can come together, just
Yeah,
like
we
me
can
and you having
change
a
them now.
conversation.
We can change them now, but even then, the UN won't allow you because every line that's written in Africa, every line that's there between the borders is enforced by the UN and the Western countries. In the future, we might be able to do that, but I just wanted to say one more thing. Um,
We listening.
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So the what you said was right. We had Eritrea was never called Eritrea. It was called Badr Bahri, which means land of the sea, land of the Red Sea, and our king was called the Sea King type of thing. So he was like, yeah, protecting the Red Sea at that time. So I hear what you're saying. It's very interesting. I like the subject and that. And Tedros was my favorite king, man.
Okay, well, you see, right now
I
I
like
got a petition.
I like
Now
the
I got a
lines.
petition.
He had 5 lines, and he used to go to war with those 5 lines. And I don't know if you've got the picture. There's some Greek guy that came and wrote it. I mean, took the picture. But I'm sure if you go to Google, you'll probably find it. Tedros has got 5 lines, and there's a picture of him with the 5 lines. It's my favorite picture ever.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, with the lines, him with the
Yeah,
lines.
if you could post it here, it would be great. I don't know if you can find it, but it's one of my favorite pictures. Great
Okay.
king.
Okay. Oh yeah, man. That's actually my favorite king. That's actually I say that's
Yeah.
actually my favorite king. His
Yeah.
story is very it's a very powerful story and a touching story. Even how he rose to power. Like his father was a farmer, his mama was an herbalist. Like his father was not of the royal courts, but he rose to power. He wrote. A lot of people don't know. He called himself a visionary. You see what I'm saying? So he was moving off his visions. He wasn't moving off what the other princes was doing in Ethiopia. And he rose to power, and the whole crown council gave him the title King of Kings. See, he wasn't handed this down from his father. You see what I'm saying? Like, so he actually fought. Like you said, he went to wars, he won, he participated, and he actually earned his spot. You see what I'm saying? He earned this spot by the works that he did. He didn't earn it because, oh, my father a king, so now you a king. No, his story not like that. That's why I say his story is very, man, it's a very beautiful story.
And that's why we have a petition, against the Roman Catholic Church for what they've taken from Ethiopia. They looted it from Ethiopia. That was the siege of Magdala in 1868. So we're not up here just
Yes.
to talk about how Ethiopia is colonized. We're talking about the solution of what we need to do for Ethiopia to restore Ethiopia and Africa.
So if you go to change.org, you go to our website, that's our petition. If y'all want to share it with the Ethiopians and the other people, this is something I suggest them to sign.
I mean, the thing is, yeah, do you know the list of what they took that day when they after he killed himself and they just looted the place. So I don't know if there's even a list of what they took because They say it was about hundreds of donkeys that they tied up this loot on, and I mean, I'll really be interested to find out what they took really,
Oh yeah,
besides the
well,
books.
if you get this book, The Siege of Magdala, they have a lot of the things in there that they took. Now, of course, we'll probably never get
I
everything
can't see.
back.
I can't see properly. If you can just,
You can see it now.
it's a bit
So,
bright, but yeah. What's the title?
it's called The Siege of Magdala.
Okay, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah. Siege of Magdala.
Volker Mathis. Yeah, I'm gonna get that today.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's a real good book. It even got
Yeah.
some of his letters in there that he wrote.
Yeah, interesting, very
Yeah,
interesting.
real good book, man.
Yeah. I wish I could see a film about him, man. That would be interesting.
Oh yeah. Hey, you ever seen the movie 300?
Yeah.
That's about Tedros. The movie 300 is about Tedros' story because when Tedros went to war with the British Empire. This book right here, it says the British Empire. So
Yeah.
Tedros went to war with multiple nations. He didn't
Yeah,
go to war with just the British. He went with the
The thing
British.
is, yeah, the
It says
British,
the British
the
Empire
British was next
against-
door.
Huh?
They were next door in Sudan for many years, and they tried to take Ethiopia for many years, and that was just one of the episodes where they came in, but they couldn't stay because the population is not as easy as the Sudanese. So yeah, that I mean, they definitely tried so many times, and that was just one of the episodes
Well, yeah.
with Tedros.
And but that's what I'm saying.
They
Like,
never succeeded though. They came in and came out. They never succeeded in staying and changing the country into whatever they thought they were going to change it into.
well, you gotta understand, Ethiopia is the original. So you can't go to original and set up because the world know that ain't right. Like you can't. But so that's why they had to create Israel. That's why they created Jerusalem. This is the facade. Like Ethiopia is the Jerusalem. Ethiopia is the Israel. Ethiopia is the Mecca.
Yeah.
But what they have done, they created this stuff on maps. They changed the names. Israel is a people. Israel is not a piece of land. Israel is a people. So, but this is the crafty council that the British Empire has put upon the world, and they start teaching this to the world.
Yeah.
So,
Now, the thing is,
much
as a young man, when I saw like all the different tribes that was living in my vicinity, in my around my country, like around my peopledom. So in Ethiopia is very, I mean, you got so many different tribes, and one of them was this tribe called the Falashas, and they were Jewish. I was very interested in how they got there and how, and it's very interesting because it's all tied up to the Ark of Covenant, and I mean I don't know how to explain to you, but as a youngster growing in Ethiopia and Eritrea, this is not just a myth, it's a fact for us that there's Ark of Covenant in our country, and we believe that. I mean, when you go to church, you feel it. I've been to church in this country and I've never went back again because that is just a thing. It's not the same vibe at all. Back home, the whole thing, like you could feel God in there, in those places. You feel something anyway. So
well, you gotta understand, like the real Ethiopians, the ones that really ain't been colonized, they are waiting for the Ark to return back to Ethiopia.
no, we already believe it's there.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You see what it is? Every church has a copy, but we don't know where no one tells you where the original is.
Hey, slow down. Everybody know that story. Why? The colonizers pushed it. But the truth is, the Ark will be brought back to Ethiopia, which will restore the monarch. Because Christ is the seed of David. Christ is not going to be a part of a government that's connected to the British Empire. So when the Ark is brought back to Ethiopia, which is when Ethiopia is restored, its monarch in the order of God, that's when the Ark going to return. Because I can show you in scripture where it say the prophet Jeremiah hid the Ark. Because the Ark is information. That's why in the Bible, the Levites carried the Ark. Why do the Levites carry the Ark of the Covenant? Because the Levites carry God information.
Yeah, I mean, this what you just said. There's actually a place called Lake Tana, where somehow it was connected to the Nile and the the people that brought it, the Levites that brought the ark to Ethiopia at that time was staying in Lake Tana. I mean, I don't know how to explain to you. You're saying it's not there yet. Maybe
But
you're
no, because
thinking
but I know, but
your understanding
you
of
got to
what it
listen to
is
what I
different.
said though.
For us, yeah, you can't be Orthodox Christian unless you believe the Ark is in Ethiopia. That's
Oh
just
well, no, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm
that's
not.
just like one of the main criterias.
And you
You
heard what he
understand?
said.
I'm not gonna say to you I've seen it. I've seen a copy of it come out once a year in my local church when I was back home, and they take it around the place. But one thing I could definitely tell
But no,
you
but
is,
brother man, hold on, brother man. You're not
yeah,
hear what I'm saying. The Ark of the
yeah.
Covenant is information. The Ark of the Covenant is not something that's inside of a box.
It's actually a
That's why.
physical thing.
No. It says the Levites carried the Ark of the Covenant.
So because it's a physical thing, they carry it.
No, they carrying God information. The Levites carried God's information. What you
So
think?
you're
Each
telling me
Levite
it's
had
not
a
a
box in
physical
his
thing?
hand? I would just want you this. You think the Levites had boxes in their hand walking? No, that's
No.
symbolic.
Okay, if we're talking about the Ark of Covenant, it did actually tells you how they made it in the Bible. There was instructions.
Brother man, Christ is a carpenter. Noah built the ark too. Noah made the ark. It's
Yeah.
physical. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean it's spiritual. Okay, so if I say this, when the
The
boat
thing is,
man
you see, in
comes,
Ethiopia,
hold up,
we
brother
believe
man,
Moses was Ethiopian. I mean,
brother,
we physically,
slow down,
like, they could tell you where Moses will grow up.
bro,
It's very
slow
interesting.
down, slow down. Christ is a carpenter right now, and right now, me and you are building. Right now, me and you are having a conversation, which is a form of building, but we have no tools in our hands. So some people say right now, you know what? I like how Yaju and this Ethiopian are building right now. They building real good. Now, if somebody write this on the book and say Yaju was building with an Ethiopian, some people gonna imagine Yaju was building a house with an Ethiopian. No, we was having a conversation. So the ark is someone building a conversation to secure you from the devil. That's why it's the boatman. So the Ark of the Covenant is not like Noah. Noah didn't physically build a boat. That's allegory. That's metaphors. So Noah was a carpenter. Christ is a carpenter. What do? They build conversations to secure the children of God. So the Ark of the Covenant, brother, is not a physical thing. That's why I say Christ is returning back to Ethiopia to bring the Ark of the Covenant, which is God information to raise the people out of darkness. That's what the true Ethiopians are waiting on, for Christ to return to restore Ethiopia.
What religion would you say you are?
Oh, I have no religion. I believe in God and truth. Yeah, I don't have. I believe all religions are false.
See, that's where we the thing is, you've got all these characters behind you that believe in God.
I said I believe in God.
Yeah, God is true.
Yeah.
But religion is man interpretation. Religion is man traditions.
These people weren't Orthodox Christians.
So I mean, you see all these characters behind you.
Warriors, brother. They weren't waiting on Jesus. They was fighting.
You see all these characters behind you. I grew up with
They
my
was
grandfathers.
warriors. They weren't waiting on
I grew
Jesus.
up with my grandfathers and grandmothers telling me about all these characters, every single one.
Yeah. Tell me what.
It's a mouth to mouth. So the story we have back home, maybe if it's not written, it comes from mouth to mouth, from person to person, through generations. And these guys were Christians. Tedros was Christian, and it really was like.
No, he was the Christ.
No, Tedros was the Christ. Tell me what Christian sit on the throne right now. Tell me any Christian that's sitting on the throne. Tell me none of these priests are sitting on the throne. Tedros didn't go to college. Tedros didn't go to the British to learn his what I would say his I wouldn't say his history, his heritage. These people go to college and get taught their heritage. Tetra, none of these people went to college. None of these people went to another nation to learn about their nation.
Yeah.
So that's why when you get this book, brother, Tedros gonna tell the British, hey, we got a Christian doctrine, but it's not like the Christian doctrine like y'all's. Our Christian doctrine is totally different from the British. But
Yes,
now
100%.
Ethiopia has adopted the British
100%.
Christianity. That's
100%.
why they not warriors right now. Because Tedros wasn't getting on his knees saying Jesus is gonna come back and save me from the British. They was organizing, they was strategizing, they was planning, and they was doing. They wasn't waiting on nobody. So right now,
Yes.
everybody that's a part of Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity is waiting on Jesus to come out the sky so they can get things done. That's colonizing information because he never coming from the sky. That's not what Ethiopian Christianity consists of. It did consist of nobody coming from the sky.
Or somebody 2,000 years ago.
It's interesting what you're saying. For me, it's very interesting. It's just another side to something I don't get. But in general, the Christianity that you think of is not the same. If you haven't learned it the way I learned it, you can't compare it to Western Christianity. It's just not. We was Christians before they copied us. So I mean, we practice it different. It's not the same as you think. Where it's like you always. I'm not saying you always, but you might think it's the same as the Western Christianity was not.
We're not saying
Totally
that. We're saying that the original Ethiopian Christianity is not the same as how people follow it today.
Yeah.
But when you go to Ethiopia,
if you read Book of Enoch now,
but hold on,
has nothing
brother.
to do
If
with
you go,
Jesus.
brother, if you go to the Orthodox Church
Yeah.
in Ethiopia or even in DC in America, they are following the Roman doctrine, which is
Yes.
the Christ that came 2,000 years ago.
Yes, that's because those guys are West and they're in the West. If you go to the
But they're in
monasteries,
Ethiopia. They're
if
in
you go to the
Ethiopia
monasteries,
believing that too.
yes, if you go to the monasteries in Eritrea and then places there, Jesus is just one part of the religion. He's not taken as the main one, and you know, it's not the same. This is what I'm trying to say to you. It's not, we're not practicing it the same way. Now I know Protestants and all that do the same. Like you know, they say Jesus. Protestantism is banned in Eritrea. I don't know if you know that. So we only have Orthodox Christianity and that's it. And then we only have one type of Muslim. We don't have the Shia, Sunni, blah, blah. It's the original
So I
Muslim
wanna
from
ask you
across
this.
the sea.
Where
So
do
both
y'all priests
religions
go
are the
learn
same to
from?
me.
Where do y'all priests go learn their theology from in Eritrea?
In Eritrea, they don't go to
So-
Western countries. In Ethiopia, they might go to Egypt and Syria and
No, in
sometimes-
Ethiopia, they go to the Vatican.
Yeah, I mean that's because they get money for that. But I'm saying Eritrea is different. Eritrea is
So you telling me?
I don't know if you know about my country.
I'm
yeah?
hearing you. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we get clarity. So you telling me the
So-
Eritrea? So you telling me the Eritrea Orthodox Christianity
Yeah,
priests
it's not like
leadership?
it's not like the
Okay,
what they
let
call
me hear my
the
question.
Egyptians called what they called, but it's not the same. Well,
But that's what I'm saying. So
in
hear
the
my
church-
question so I can get
so what
clarity.
happens is, yeah, if you
Brother,
you
man,
want
hold
to
up,
go
brother. This
Yeah.
here I'm asking you a question. I just want to get clarity on something.
oh, gone.
So you telling me the leadership of the Orthodox Christianity in Eritrea, they don't go learn from the British college in the Vatican. They don't go to that college to get their
Bro,
certificate.
I'll tell you something. 30 years we've been banned from the West. We don't trade with the West. I mean, we're like North Korea of Africa, Eritrea. I don't know if you know about that. I'm just trying to tell you something. So what happens is, if you're an Eritrean priest, you go into the church and you grow up there. You spend all your life there. By the time you come out and you become a proper one, you've learned gitters. You've learned all the stuff that's you know, that secret stuff and that. You learn it there. You don't go to Western countries to teach you what it should be. I mean, they don't even speak. I mean, they can't even read gitters. I mean, the language they use is one of the oldest language in the church, which is gitters. We don't even speak it no more. We speak Tigrinya and Amharic.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we understand that. That's
Gitters
why.
is what. So when a church man goes into thing, they take it seriously. Like a family will give one son. If he's got like 4 sons, a dad will give one son to the church. That guy his job would be to learn all this stuff until he's old enough to be a teacher himself or a preacher. So none of them, if they go, I mean, I'm not saying they won't go, but if someone from Eritrea goes to a Western country,
they learn the same doctrine as the Ethiopian priests.
Sorry,
they do go to the Catholic Church to learn.
Catholic is Orthodox.
Brother man.
Yo, listen. The Ethiopians might do that. Eritrean is the pure one. We don't do none of that. I mean, you Google and see what they say about my country. Even if the church is
what do you guys? So what do you guys?
Traveling.
If you guys are different, then what do you guys believe?
Look at the first.
What do you guys believe different from the Ethiopian
We believe
Orthodox?
in one God.
Okay, one God, but what about Christ?
He's just one of the characters. Same as Muhammad, same as Moses, same as
Brother man. Y'all was founded. It says the Eritrean Catholic Church was founded by an Italian bishop.
Catholic. I said Orthodox. Obviously, they came after, but Orthodox is pure.
Orthodox.
Catholics is a European version that came to our country, and it doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Orthodox Christianity is not the original Ethiopian Christianity.
Orthodox is.
No, it's
Tawahdo.
not.
It's called Tawahdo.
No,
Let me say something to you. Orthodox, you're using the word Orthodox like the Greeks and all that. We call it Tawahdo Christianity. If you look at it, Google it, you'll see.
Yeah, we know that. We understand.
Tawahdo Christianity means one God Christianity. That's what it means. Tawahdo is
just but you still believe in a deity. That's why when they go to those churches, they pray to the paintings.
There's no paintings. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Listen, Catholics allow paintings of this white guy that came in and look at Jesus. You go to Orthodox, they're not allowed to have pictures. Like the Muslims, they're not allowed to have a picture of Jesus and Moses. I mean Isa.
Okay. All right.
I'm just trying to explain to you. I hear what you're saying.
If that's true,
our one
that's
is
good.
the more pure
That's
one.
true, brother. Like I say, you live there.
Ethiopia had no
That's
choice.
true. That's good.
Since they became like this Central of Africa type of thing, they had to listen to whoever comes and gives them money. So you got pictures like that there because they want you to have one and all that. And I don't agree with that. Even Ethiopians don't agree with that. But you can't, you know what I'm saying? They probably change it slowly, but you go to Eritrea, you won't see these things.
But that's the thing. The people can't change it. It's the people that's in control of the country is the one who changes it. So the people that's in control of Ethiopia, Eritrea are the ones that colonize the people.
The thing
because
is,
they are in cahoots with the people who
so basically,
the world.
Eritrea is what Ethiopia used to be like without the influence. We don't have no Western influence. We had one from
brother
You said you were a part from Ethiopia.
Bro. Eritrea is a westernized name. So you have
do you know what the name means? Do you know what the red? Okay. Eritrea means.
Brother.
Eritrea means.
We ain't gonna go back and forth.
The Red Sea.
Listen,
so
bro.
That country, the name comes from Greek.
Bro.
There's an island called Eritrea. Go Google it. If you see, there's a little island called Eritrea in the Greek. So somehow we got the name. I don't know. So if you say Western, we used to speak Latin, bro.
Hey, bro, we just, like I said, we're not getting nowhere, bro. Like I said, we have a movement to remove all this stuff and restore. So that's what we're really up here, to bring awareness to what's going on and what had happened. You already admitted that Ethiopia is colonized, so you agree with us on that. But you just holding on to Eritrea. It wouldn't be no Eritrea without the colonizers' influence. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why y'all locked off and y'all actually report for Ethiopia. That's why they locked. That's why the colonizers put the little imaginary line right there so they can control the port. And they ain't got to worry about the whole of Ethiopia when they deal with the port. Because at that time, they ain't have a lot of this technology like they have now. So back in the day, I'm gonna draw an imaginary line and just take control of this little part because this is where the port is. And I'm gonna leave this part alone right now, but at the same time, I'm gonna send the armies and get rid of leaders and send the Italians in to destroy leaders. And then after a while, it'll be my land too. But the most important part, I need to get this port. And that's what Eritrea is. It's a port that the colonizers is in control of, bro. It's not no secret, man. Like, we're not, so again, we got a movement for this. This is why we're showing y'all this. This is why we're bringing this information out. We can go on and on and on about what's not colonized. If we can have a conversation about it. That's why we do have it up here. But we're not gonna go in circles. If you want to say Eritrea is not taken over by the Western, well, that's what, hold on to it, just like the rest of the Ethiopians say Ethiopia ain't colonized. You know, so we don't go in circles, brother, man. We're not going nowhere. Like I say, we got a petition. Share it with your Eritrean brothers. Share it with your Eritrean sisters. Share it with your Ethiopian brothers and sisters. That's what we are doing. You know. So, but you've been on mute, bro. If you've been talking, you've been on mute. And I know you probably ain't listening to what half of what I said, but
No, I heard you, my brother. I heard you, man. I heard you. But history is very interesting. I'm gonna recommend some books for you still.
All right, brother.
Some Ethiopian books.
okay.
We appreciate you coming up, brother.
I'm all kind of booked out, but yeah, just send them to me in my messenger, yeah, and we'll definitely look over. It might be.
I'll definitely do that. Some interesting pictures, some interesting stories. But this is very nice, man. Are you two Ethiopian?
Yes, I'm of the people that left Ethiopia in the early 19 and 1800s.
Do you know what? You look like my cousin. You could be right, and she looks like my cousin. So you could be right, man. Definitely look like my people, then, man. Nice to meet you, though. That was very interesting.
Likewise, brother.
Peace.
Peace. And y'all gotta say, we really, another thing too, y'all, when we do stuff like this, a lot of people, we so ignorant and we so, in darkness about things. People can actually, they'll see this title and say we hating on Ethiopia. How can we be hating on Ethiopia? And we started a petition in 2021. Before people was even acknowledging a lot of the stuff that we were talking about, we had a petition to show the works that we are doing. You know, so I don't want people to come on this live and just think we are up here just for clout, to try to talk about something and downplay it. No, it's very important to know why Ethiopia is colonized. Because now we can communicate with one another. You know why we can't communicate with one another? It's because of the information that's been pushed on our people. You know how many people tell us don't come back to Ethiopia? How could you tell? They was the queen of Ethiopia, and these people ain't no damn queen who talking to us, telling us don't come back to Ethiopia. But the queen was telling us, come on, come back. Come help us restore. We're not coming back and just, let's tear up Ethiopia. We are actually restoring Ethiopia to its ancient glory. And you got people saying, don't come back, and they over there not doing nothing. Some of them over here. Most of the people that come up, they over here and telling us don't go back. But they over here, living their best life at that. You know, so I don't want people to get in that bunch where you think we just up here talking because it feels good to talk about Ethiopia. No, it's a lot of stuff that the Bible prophecy is connected to Ethiopia. So anybody that got the Bible in their hand should be talking about Ethiopia. You know, so these are things, y'all, that like I say, I'm saying these things so you don't get caught up in the crowd. You know.
Peace.
What's going on, sis? Peace.
You have some noise in your background.
Henny. Yeah, that's the sister that came up the other day.
I remember her.
Hello, how are you guys?
Peace.
We're good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to give me this chance. Can you hear in Amharic?
Yeah, no, you got some background noise. We can hear you.
You can't speak in that.
Can you hear me now?
No, you got background noise.
What about now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, can I speak in Amharic?
No.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the this chance, and second of all, what is your documentation? You just talking nonsense. You just keep saying this and that, this and that, this and that. What is the documentation? Bring the documentation
I can bring the
and bring your
documentation.
papers and bring,
I'll bring the documentation. This is a document.
because
I can bring the documentation. This is a document from the Crown Council of Ethiopia, right? That Haile Selassie.
that
Hold on, brother. Hold on,
you
brother.
know
Let me
you
give
know
you the
that
information first. Let me give you the information first. This is a document
okay,
from Haile Selassie's
okay.
grandson. And in that document, he talks about Haile Selassie bestowing upon Her Majesty, which is Queen Elizabeth, and giving them the highest orders within the Salic minor gift. But let me give you a better image because it's a bit so in every sense they bow to each other with the compassion of understanding and of great things which harness them together in the service of their people. This is a document. This is a document that's written by Haile Selassie's grandson. This is him. So this is not
I know
information.
him. I know him. No, this is one man's opinion, one's main information. First of all, where was he?
What you mean? This is man's
Where was
information.
he? Tell me, where
This
was he?
information comes from the Crown Council. This information is on the
Yeah,
website.
Crown. You know when they put this council together.
They put it together
When was
during
this
Haile
council?
Selassie's reign.
No,
Brother, before it was Haile
this Crown
Selassie.
Council, that the one. No, I'm not talking about Haile Selassie's Crown Council. I'm talking about this guy's Crown Council that is founded in America, like recently.
Yeah, his grandson.
Yes.
Yeah, that's they took over because the throne didn't continue after Haile Selassie. So now they have a crown council of
Okay.
Ethiopia.
Let me tell you the story of Italian war.
Brother, we know about the
Italia was in Addis Ababa for the 5 years, right?
They occupied Ethiopia for 5 years.
No, they didn't occupy Ethiopia. They occupied Addis Ababa for 5 years.
Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia. That's where all the
Thank you.
information is. That's where all the power
if
is
you
at, in Addis Ababa. That's why you have the
if you
African
li-
Union in Addis Ababa.
can you let me finish?
Go ahead, brother.
Thank you. They've been in Addis for 5 years, but in that 5 years in Addis, no, I'm not talking about in the rural areas in the Tigray region or in Amhara region or somewhere. In Addis Ababa, they weren't in control because of the civil rebellions. They were fighting each and every day in those 5 years, and they can't put their own flag on Addis. That's why even their soldiers write about this time saying that it wasn't a colonization time, it was a war time.
Brother man,
Okay.
when your natural resources, your artifacts, your kings, your leaders are unalive, that's the beginning of colonization because the leaders can no longer inform the people. This is what you have to understand. A lot of Ethiopians don't understand the first
Okay.
form of colonization
Tell,
is
tell,
changing.
tell me first
Hold
one
on,
thing.
hold on, brother. Let me
Where are you
finish.
from? No, hold on first. Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Where are your families from? You are a black American, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me maybe your grandfather where he's from?
Brother man.
No,
Just
don't
like
say brother man, because I have
hold
history.
up, brother man, hold up.
I have history. You don't have.
Bro, look, the history you
Look
have.
yourself.
Hold up, the history you
No.
have is what the colonizers gave you, because the people.
No,
who
no, 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 no.
passed-
That's
Brother
yours.
man, so
That's
let
yours,
me-
brother.
Brother man, can I
No,
say
you
something?
can't finish.
Can I?
No, you
can
can't
I
say something.
Can
No,
I
you
speak?
can't. Okay, speak.
Most of the people, most of the leaders in Ethiopia that could have passed down the information, the true information to you, they got unalived. So that's why so many Ethiopians have the colonizers' information. Most Ethiopians don't even know none of these people behind me. This is why Ethiopia was great, because of these people. But majority of the Ethiopians don't know why, because most of these people was unalive. Matter of fact, at
By
a young
who?
age.
By who? By who?
By who?
Yes, by who? They are
By
unalived by who?
By either the colonizers or their own people.
Which colonizer? Tell me who died by who? Tell me this leader was killed by this colonizer. Tell me. Did England kill Ase Tedros? Did Derbush kill Ase Johannes? Did any of Italia or England kill Ase Minilik? Did any American or Jewish or any colonizer, any German or America or England, who killed which king?
Hold up. So how did Tedros get unalive?
Who?
How did Tedros get unalive?
I can't hear you. Who you saying?
Tedros. How did Tedros get unalive?
Tedros is alive by himself.
Okay, but why?
Because he don't want to surrender.
To who?
To England.
Okay,
England
so England had conquered his fortress, right?
No, he didn't. They didn't conquer. They came to take out their people because Tedros said no for these people. They have to do what he asked for. They came in the name of Jesus. They came in the name of Bible study, and they want to take advantage of Ethiopia. Then he said they have to make a gun for him.
Bro, the whole city, the whole fortress of Magdala was burnt to the ground.
You know, Magdala.
Hold up, stop, bro, because you capping. The whole fortress of Magdala was burnt to the ground. So
Who burned it down?
The England burnt it.
It was a war.
It was a war.
Middle of the war.
Okay. We know it was a war. It was a war that they lost.
So no.
No,
brother, they took Alamayo.
No, I'm not saying England government is our friend. I'm not saying that. Phoenix, I'm not saying England is our friend.
Okay, but they took Alamayo and his wife. So they took people and they also burned down Magdala. So this is the reason why Tedros had to kill himself, because he didn't want to give up information.
But they didn't colonize them. They didn't colonize that country, right? They take the wife of the king and the son of the king, but they go out. They didn't stay, right?
Brother man.
Well, answer me. Why are you going, brother man, to another story?
They also took biblical
stay in
manuscripts.
Ethiopia?
They also took biblical manuscripts, artifacts,
that's where you go. Why you that's your defense. But I ask you one simple question. Where are you from? Tell me, where are you from? You are a black man. You are a black lady. Where are you from?
Hey, bro.
Tell me your story.
Bro, listen.
Yes.
How long you think Ethiopians been leaving Ethiopians and going and coming to America? How long you think that's been happening?
For the last 60, 70 years?
That's a lie. That's why Tedros' son was taken to England. So you think Tedros was the...
You say Ethiopia, not a king. You are a king's son. You say Ethiopia.
Hey, brother man. Take the emotions out and have the conversation. Tedros'
not
son
emotional, boss.
and other people was taken to England. It wasn't just Tedros' son in the 1860s.
In Ethiopia, it was 1885.
Well,
if I'm not
it
mistaken.
don't matter. People been leaving Ethiopia for over 150 years coming to America. This is facts. They've been going to America and they've been going to the England.
Where do you get that fact from?
The fact that, brother man, Tedros' son, wife, and other people was taken in the Magdala fortress. Do you know all the people that was taken? No,
From where? From England side
no.
From
Do you know
Ethiopia.
all
or the
the people
England?
that was taken? Do you know all the people that was taken in the siege of Magdala?
How I'm gonna know? I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay, my point. So it's a lot of
Okay,
history of
thank you.
Ethiopia.
Wait.
Hold on,
Okay,
hold on.
let
So
me come
stop,
to you.
brother.
Wait,
No, brother,
wait. Now,
brother.
you're asking me a question, right? Let me ask you back.
No. Let me finish, and then you'll be able to ask your question. So what I'm
All
telling
right.
you,
Okay.
it's a lot of history of people leaving Ethiopia, and you know nothing about. That's why when you see me, you don't think I'm Ethiopian because I can't trace my roots back to Ethiopia. But
No, I
if
didn't
you
say
look
that.
at
You said
me,
that. You
brother
said
man,
that. I didn't say that.
that's it. You asked me, brother man. For one thing, we are prisoners of war. When in war, people get unalived. That's like
Yes.
Ella, him right here. He probably don't even know his grandfather because he got took at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So it's certain things, but brother man, like if you get taken from a land as a child, it's a lot of stuff you don't know because you was a child. So a lot of
But,
our people got because a lot of our older people that
no,
was
no,
warned.
why you focus on the one who's taken? Why you don't focus the one who stayed there?
Brother man, because
Because, for
you're
example,
not even.
I'm the one. I'm the son of the one who
I'm not gonna
stayed.
be able to have a conversation with you because you're not even listening to a conversate. You are trying to argue. All you want to do is
No,
make an
you see,
argument. I'm trying to give
you
you
are.
facts.
No. You see, I'm not emotional, or I'm not here for the sake of argument. I'm trying to show you there is another side of your story, because you're telling one side only. That is only your
Brother,
side.
you ain't listen long
But
enough to know how many sides I'm telling. You don't know how many sides. Matter of fact, do you know I have a petition for the Ethiopian treasures to be turned back to Ethiopia? Do you know I started this in 2021? What was you doing in 2021?
I was in school.
My point. And we know what I was doing? I'm fighting for Ethiopia. While you was in school, I've been fighting for Ethiopia. So I got way more than one side of the story, brother man. I'm not just a person that's up here because I just wanted something to talk about. My life, my resources, my time, everything I'm organizing is behind what I'm talking about. And I started this in 2021, but I've been doing this since 2014. I've been doing what I'm doing since 2014. Now I want to ask you, how old are you, bro?
I'm 32.
You 32. Okay, so yeah, oh,
Yes.
I thought you was younger than that. So you 32. But just know, brother, when I'm speaking, I got a movement behind it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm doing something. I'm not just somebody up here talking. So I have done my research. I know what
I
I'm talking
appreciate that.
about.
I appreciate
So
that.
I
No,
have a
I
lot of
appreciate that.
sides of the
I
story.
appreciate that.
You know, and because I know right
I
now,
appreciate what you're doing.
okay, now right now, Marcus Garvey was trying to get 2 million black people to return back to Ethiopia to rebuild Ethiopia. So right now, while me and you, while me and you are going back and forth, you know what's happening in Ethiopia? People being unalive and tribal war. So what can we come together
Yes.
to do as distant relatives to fix the problem? This is the conversation we don't have.
But okay, what is the help of this issue you're talking about today with the things that you say?
It's gonna help people realize that the throne of David must be restored back in Ethiopia for Africa to be reunited. That's why the African Union is Ethiopia, because when Christ returned, Christ is going to unify Africa.
But do you think the problem is about a crown?
About who?
What we have in Africa, the problem is with the crown.
Most definitely, yeah. Because the gift has been taken from Africa and is being portrayed by the British because the African people don't want to get in God's order. If the African, like right now, we going back and forth, but both of our countries are being destroyed. We should be coming up with a plan. But you know what the British are doing? They created a plan to take everything for us while we continue to fight one another. That's what, and see, this what was going, like when Tedros time, they were Tedros was fighting with his brothers first. Before the British came in, Tedros was fighting with his brothers first. He wasn't fighting with the British first. So when the British came in, he was weak because his brothers was against him, his own people.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So
that's
it's
right.
always been tribal war. That's why other nations was able to come in and take from us. That's why other nations was able to come and colonize us, because we never wanted to come together. We never wanted to agree. We always been fighting, even when we had our kings. So the same thing that's been going on back then, it's the same thing that's still going on until we take accountability, come together, and fix the problem. But if you
That
gonna
I
tell
agree on.
me I'm not
That
Ethiopian
I
and
agree.
Ethiopia never been colonized, Ethiopia never been part of the slave trade, I can't even communicate with you. Because you're gonna look at me as the colonizers want you to look at me. The colonizers don't want you to look at me as a brother. They want you to look at me as like, you ain't my brother, you ain't from here. That's a colonized mind.
Can you finish? Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, for the last things you said, I appreciate you. You are right. We have a mindset of being second or third, not first. That's right. The first thing I want you to consider is being colonized and being in war is different things. And the other thing, even if we are colonized or not, that doesn't have to be an issue for us to be united. Because like you said, you are a black man, I'm a black man. We have to come together to say you are my brother. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
I
that's
have to
correct.
be able to come to you. I have to be able to come to you and say you are my brother. Wherever you are now, wherever you from, I don't care. That's my mindset. I don't care if you are from Ethiopia, Ghana, Nigeria, or wherever it is. From as long as you are black man, as long as you are from Africa, your ancestors are from Africa, you are my brother. Because before the like the first World War, before the what you call this sugarcane wars started, or the modernization of the world had started by England and Germany, no one knows Africa. But Africa was the prosperous continent.
And that's what we're saying right now. Most Ethiopians come to America with a colonized mind.
Do you
Because
think
they
that
don't
is only
hold up,
Ethiopians?
because right now, if the Ethiopian kings was trying to get African Americans to come back to Africa, then why the Ethiopians don't come over here and try to get the African Americans to come back to Africa? Because of the colonization mind frame. They don't even know the African Americans are the original Ethiopians. They don't know this. But why? Colonization. Now, of course, not all African Americans, but you got, that's why I say when you see these pictures, because when they portray Ethiopians, why they don't put these pictures up? Why nobody put, if this is the Ethiopian royalty, why these pictures are not put out to display Ethiopian features? Why? It's the colonizers doing it. And nobody of Ethiopia, because when you ask Ethiopians who are these people, most of them don't know. They be like, Tedros, they don't, the other these people, they don't know. Colonized. So we can't communicate with one another because of the mind frame you in. So, but you know we can communicate. Those people come up here and say, brother, you're right. Ethiopia's colonized. We get the best conversations because they don't have that mind frame as a colonized Ethiopian. And see, so this is why we do titles like this, to reach out not to all Ethiopians, because all Ethiopians don't matter. Because right now they can't change nothing in their country right now. They can come up here and get mad at us. They can come up here and talk about us, but they can't do nothing for their country. And we gonna actually do something for the country.
I have to disagree with you now, because we don't have to agree on where we are colonized or not, because you want to have a conversation with me.
Say it again.
What we have to, We don't have to agree on that Ethiopia is colonized to have a conversation with you.
Well, no, you're right.
I
No,
don't
I'm
have to
saying,
agree
but I'm
because
saying
you
the
see,
people who we have the best
listen,
conversation with. These are the people who accept the truth.
listen. I'm Ethiopian and I'm living in South Africa nowadays. In South Africa, every Ethiopian is Ethiopian. I don't know about America. I don't know about Europe. I don't know about Asia. But where I'm staying here, every Ethiopian, wherever he came from, is Ethiopian. But don't forget that everyone have its own unique way of to see what was history, like what happened. What happened is right now in Ethiopia. The Oromo leader says Amhara was killing us. The Tigray says the other thing. The Amhara says the other thing. That is the way of that person, not the entire colon or the entire race. Is the vision of one person, the attitude of the one person, the intelligence of one person. So why I came here, why I want to talk to you is you said Ethiopia is colonized. If you want me to convince you that Ethiopia wasn't colonized, if you're talking about mind colonization or modernization or something, yeah, that we can talk. But if we are talking about Italia and Adwa, then I can convince you with a proof. Understand what I'm saying now?
Well,
Starting from
how many leaders did the Italians unalive in them 5 years?
that's another issue.
That's another issue.
That doesn't have this what happened in Ethiopia nowadays doesn't have anything to do with Minilik, Haile Selassie, or Tedros.
Yes, it does. These were the leaders,
Nothing.
bro. Brother man, these are the leaders of the country.
They were the leaders. They are not. They were the leaders.
So Tedros wasn't a leader?
Was a leader. One of the best.
Okay. Menelik wasn't a leader?
He was a king.
One of the best.
Okay,
Was a
so
leader.
they ran the country.
Yes, definitely.
So when stuff happened to them, things changed.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why I asked you a question. So how many leaders did the Italians unalive in the 5 years they was in Ethiopia? How many leaders was unalive? Because Haile Selassie ran, so he wouldn't be unalive. So how many leaders got unalive in those 5 years? How many leaders got put in jail and got executed?
Too many world leaders were unalived.
How many?
Too many of world leaders was unalived. But that's war.
Hold up, no. Since Ethiopia,
How many Italians were unalive?
Hold up, brother man, hold up.
How many Italians were unalive?
Brother, so give me a number of how many leaders was unalive when the Italians took over for 5 years. Do you have a number?
I can get you a number, but I don't have it in my mind. I don't have it, yeah.
I know you don't have it. Yeah, because no. Every time I ask Ethiopian, they don't know. They just think we was over there fighting the whole 5 years with the you was fighting and your king leave. If your king leave, you lose. That's why your king came back with what? Italian big cousin, and they were like, "Hey, cuz, y'all leave now, man. Hey, look, cuz, y'all go ahead on home. We got what we wanted. We got rid of all the leaders we wanted to get rid of. So now we can tell the people whatever we want to tell them. We could bring in whatever leader we want to bring in, because we have just destroyed every leader that was in Ethiopia that was against us. Every leader at that time, they either fled or they was unalive. So after the Italians went home, you had no leaders. You had no righteous leaders. So they brought Haile Selassie back, they brought their books back, and they brought their form of education back. And Haile Selassie helped modernize Ethiopia based off Great Britain tactics. That's what happened in Ethiopia.
uh, now you are I can't even talk to you because now you are telling me the different story that I don't know, because that I don't know that happened, because I know for sure Haile Selassie ran away, but he ran away to get help.
But who did he run away to? He ran away to the British.
Yeah, definitely he ran away to the British.
And the British are colonizers, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so why would a country that's not colonized, never been colonized, go to a colonizer to ask for help of their country?
Because they have agreement.
Why
Because they have
would you
agreement that they
agreement
put before that war. They put agreement. That's why he goes there and asks for the help.
not good. That's not good. We don't want to be in cahoots
That's
with
not good
people
for you
that
or for what?
colonize.
For who? That's not good for who?
That's not good for the Africans, because Ethiopians are Africans. So why would I want
All
people
Africa
who
was colonized at that time. Which African country you talking
colonize
about?
Africa are
Which
the
Africans you talking
Roman
about? Listen,
people.
which Africans you talking about?
I'm talking about the whole of Africa.
There was no Africa. There was England, France, and Italy. There was no Africa at that time.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Africa was colonized totally, except Libya and Ethiopia.
Okay,
At that time, right? So there was no Africa. So there was no Africa.
So if Ethiopia,
There
if
was
Africa
England,
was
there was France,
colonized,
and
brother, you're not listening. If Africa
I'm not
was
listening because you're
colonized,
telling me the same story again and again. I told you.
all right, brother. We appreciate you coming up. I mean, I know we don't have to agree with everything, but like I said, we're here to restore Ethiopia and Africa because we know the colonization. We can see it. You guys probably can't see it, but we can see it.
I'm not saying you don't see it or I have to see it or what, but put your facts straight. That's what I'm saying. Ethiopia was
brother.
never colonized.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
Another guy.
Hey there.
What's going on? Peace.
Yeah, how's it going? How are you? I was listening to your conversation. You put this picture behind you, the emperors, the royal family in Ethiopia. But you try to say, was in now 5 years Ethiopia was colonized by Italy? That's what you said?
No, that's not
Is that
what I
right?
say. I say what happened to the leaders of Ethiopia those 5 years that Italian was in rule. What was happening
Okay.
to the leaders of Ethiopia at that time? No.
Okay. Let me explain. I got you here. Wasn't that 5 years? You know the story in the 5 years, after 4
Well,
years,
no,
Italy.
man. Listen, I know the story. I know the story in very detail. I even know African Americans helped Ethiopia remove the Italians and also Great Britain. So I'm just asking, what happened to the leaders of those 5 years that was in Ethiopia? Matter of fact, most Ethiopians don't even know who was leading at that time. Who was the leaders at the time the Italians was ruling Ethiopia for 5 years?
Okay, let me explain.
No,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Just give me the answer. Well, go ahead.
All right. Okay. All right. Quick answer. Ethiopia had one leader. The leader is the emperor. At the time, he was in England, right? Okay. Within 5 years, that's not colony, it's just occupation. That's what you need to know first, okay? It's occupation. There is a huge difference between occupation and colonization.
Brother,
So,
I'm not.
so
brother,
we didn't have a leader
hold
at
on,
the
brother.
time.
I'm
Wasn't
not
that
trying to cut
5
you
years?
off.
No,
Brother, I'm not trying to cut you off. Just tell me what was happening to the people and the leaders the whole time the Italians was there for 5 years. I'm just asking.
5 years Ethiopians are fighting against Italian at the time during occupation.
So you telling me they were just occupying Ethiopia and just taking care of the Ethiopians? The Italians was taking care of the Ethiopians the whole time they was there?
Of course, occupied, but that no denying.
So
That's just
you
true.
telling me the Italians were unaliving nobody while they
No,
was there?
that's not like the whole thing, like the rule of Italia at the time, not rooted and grounded, but Italian were trying to occupy the whole country but Ethiopian were fighting against Italian, okay? That is not considered as a colony, but occupation.
Brother
There is a
man, that's what
huge
I'm saying.
difference between
You trying
occupation
to, but
and
brother man,
colonization.
I'm not trying to say an Italian colonized. I'm telling you Ethiopia is colonized because all of the leaders was unalive. You know how many priests the Italians lined up? Like, that's what I'm saying. You are not answering the question. When the
No, they're
Italians was
fake. They're
there,
fake.
since you're not
They're
answering the
fake.
question, I'm gonna tell you. When the Italians was there, they lined up almost hundreds of priests.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Those are just fake people, man, that are always opportunists. You know, like you need to know that always people are like against their own people. We call them bandas. You're telling me that people who are agreeing with Italian at the time, they're not the leaders, but the true leaders was fighting against Italian. So the emperor was in England to do something to get help from England, of course.
Okay, but that's why I asked the other brother. I asked him, why would a country that has never been colonized go to people, the British Empire, who colonized Africa?
Your brothers.
Why would they go to the people who colonized Africa to get help from a country they say is not colonized?
Makes no sense.
Okay, you need to, okay, listen to me. Just give me like 1 minute. All right, this is the story.
We don't want
That
the
was not-
story. We just want the answer. Like, why
I know
would
the
we
answer.
do that?
Here's the answer. Here's the answer. We had a friendship for a long time with Ethiopian and British, empire. We had an empire, even Aksumite Empire, the Solomonic dynasty. From the beginning, Ethiopian kings were like close friend with British kings and queens. So we're best friends. That's why the emperor fled. Left the country to seek some power from British. So that's not a colony. Okay,
so basically
Ethiopia
you're
was the
telling me,
only country that had a boundary in Africa.
so you telling me, do Ethiopians consider other African countries as their brothers and sisters?
Of course, we're brothers.
Okay,
We're all
so
African black people.
So if somebody come colonize my brothers and sisters, I'm gonna go run to them for help, no matter how much friendship.
Come on, man.
Because look, does friendship consist of you coming to my country and stealing my artifacts? Is that friendship?
That's something that you need to understand here.
No, that's just a
Ethiopia is the
question.
only country that had a boundary and map in Africa.
Brother, man. I'm just looking for answers for the questions that I'm asking. Is friendship coming to my country, taking my artifacts, unaliving the king, taking his son, unaliving his wife, and taking all the gold? Is that friendship? Now, this is before Haile Selassie even went over there. Because like you said, Ethiopian and British does have a history that most people don't know about. But is that friendship when you come take my artifacts and take my gold and burn up the King of Kings fortress? Is that friendship?
You need to understand this.
Brother man, is that friendship or is it not?
Do you think we could do like something like do you think we could save Africa at a time? No, Ethiopia is just like Ethiopia is a
is
small
that
country.
friendship? Elijah, you're not gonna get around it. I asked you the question, you just can't get around it, bro.
No, it's
Is
the
that-
friends. Yeah. The
It's
friendship.
friendship coming burning. So you my friend, I come burn down your house and unalive you and take your wife and child. Am I your friend?
No, that's not the case. British, can you imagine? Are you comparing Ethiopia with British? We still have
You're not listening.
No,
Brother man, you're not even listening.
No,
man.
we're talking about when the British came and invaded Tedros II. Why would
I know
would
they did
later-
that.
Hold on,
I really
hold on.
understand that.
Okay,
I really
so why
understand
later? Why later would Ethiopia ask the same people who invaded Tedros to help them now?
Because no choice.
you mean no
Ethiopia is a
choice?
country. No choice at a time. They have to do whatever it takes because no choice.
Look,
We're a
tell
poor
me
country.
why Menelik didn't run to Great Britain. Menelik won because you know why? Menelik was with other kings. You know what Haile Selassie? Because Haile Selassie wasn't even supposed to be in the seat. So nobody really dealt with Haile Selassie. Nobody gave Haile Selassie respect. So Haile Selassie couldn't unify with the other leaders in Ethiopia. He couldn't get no unity.
He
So
tried
you're
so
right,
hard.
he had to leave. And
No,
when
no,
he
no.
left,
No,
all
you
the
need to
other
understand.
leaders got unalive.
Hey, bro, you need to understand this. Haile Selassie tried so hard to put them together and fight against Italian, but they couldn't because what? Aircraft, the technology, and different weapons that Italian came up with. But Ethiopia, we didn't have that at the time. But during Menelik, we're almost the same. They had a cannon. Ethiopia had like a few cannons. You know, almost the same. But after 40 years, huge difference between Italy and Ethiopia. Technology. So he tried so hard to fight against Italian. He couldn't make it finally. He had to leave the country and seek for help from different countries. It is
That's the
wiser.
thing. We don't agree. We don't disagree with that. We're saying that we understand that these people were warriors. We understand that. We understand that these people did great things and some of them did horrible things. But we're talking about how it has affected Ethiopia in a long period of time to now where they don't even know their history. They don't even follow the same Christianity they used to follow. You know, they have a government now. They don't follow the throne of David. That's how those colonizers corrupted Ethiopia and corrupted the leaders, and that's why Ethiopia is going through a whole bunch of tribal wars now.
Are you guys American, African American?
It's not peace in Ethiopia right now.
Right now, there is no peace. Of course, I know that. That's our weakness. Anyway,
Okay, but there's
we
a
are not
cause.
good.
There's a
We're
cause.
not good with each other. We're not good with each other. There are always civil war in Ethiopia. I understand that because the government is tribal. Right now, is based on ethnicity. That's not good. I know. Okay, our federal system is not good. It's not like America. Okay, it's not geographical.
Not good either.
America ain't
Federal
good.
state. No, no, no. What I'm trying to tell you, I know we had a problem. However, when it comes to like history, Haile Selassie was like he's underrated. To be honest with you, he's underrated. He tried so hard to save the country. You know,
Brother,
he
man,
got
do you
help
know
from
about Haile
great
Selassie
help.
going to war with him? Do you know about the war between him and Haile Selassie? You know,
What's
him
his
and
name?
Haile Selassie went to war.
That's his father, by the way.
No,
That's
his
fine.
father right here. This is Haile Selassie father. I'm talking about the one next to his father in the top corner.
I don't know who he is.
That's
I only know.
Gaza well
That was Zatu.
husband.
Now he had his own army in Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now,
By the way,
now look.
how do you know all these people?
Look. He
Listen,
went to war
how do you know all these people? By the way,
because
Because
you're interested with Ethiopian history, huh?
Ethiopia is my history. That's where my ancestors come from. I'm Ethiopian.
we are of the scattered Ethiopian.
Oh, are you guys Ethiopian?
Yes, that's what we are scattered. Like
Ethiopian heritage? I did not know that. So are you an Amhara or Tigray or Oromo? Who are you?
Well, we was taken. Our lineage was taken long ago.
Okay, I have to tell you this.
Hold on. I want to let you know something.
Okay.
He went to war with Haile Selassie over foreign issues because this is why Haile Selassie was the one who was dealing with foreign trade and foreign politics. This was Haile Selassie's job before he even got on the throne. So this is why.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
this guy's
that's what I'm saying.
husband.
So that's
This
what I'm saying.
guy-
But nobody in Ethiopia knows about the war and why he went to war with Haile Selassie. Nobody know the detailed facts because when you ask Ethiopians, shit, they don't know who he is. You know.
Now I know him. By the way, I know him. I know him now.
That's what I'm saying. But no. If I ask you what they went to war for, do you have the details of why they went to war?
Here is what you understand. You know, there is like always competition between war leaders, warlords, always in Ethiopia. This guy is a husband for the queen. You need to understand this. Haile Selassie is the next person for the throne. So he had to protect his throne, man. That was the reason that Haile Selassie fought against this guy. Finally, I think he killed him.
Okay, you can say that. That's why I say, what are the details of why? Like, that's just that's a broad statement. Of course, you know
Are
that's
you, what do you
on the
expect?
throne.
What do you expect? This is not the kingdom of God.
Hold on, answer this. Why was he trying to protect the throne from Haile Selassie? Why? Because
Haile Selassie has a line, by the way. He's from Emperor Menelek's line. That his heritage is from Solomonic dynasty. That's why he deserves.
No. The Solomonic dynasty is the ones that sat on the throne. That's why the Solomonic. That's not like the Solomon story. Like I say, the way y'all look at it is the colonized way. But what I'm trying to show you is, I do want to show you why was he protecting the throne from Haile Selassie? Because was Haile Selassie gonna do good when he got on the throne, or was Haile Selassie gonna be bad? Because a lot of people don't know the details. Like I want to know the details, because you can say it was an ego, both men. He trying to protect the throne, but
no. Both are from the same line. Both these guys right here. They are cousins.
But that's cool though. But you got to get to the question. Why was he fighting to protect the throne from Haile Selassie when they was family? Like, what was going on? Somebody wanted to do right. Somebody wanted to do wrong.
Listen, this is not the kingdom of God to begin with. Of course.
Now you changing. Now you changing the narrative, bro. Man, I'm trying to see what you know, bro.
All right, man. Just you have a wonderful day, man. Just
right,
good for you, man. Hey,
all right, peace.
I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that you're familiar with these people. This is very beautiful people, heroic people. I love them so much. Yeah,
and look,
thank you so much.
Hold on, brother, man. But before you go, I want to show you something. I want to show you something I've been doing that I started in 2021. You see that right there? That's what I'm doing for Ethiopia.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing from Ethiopia. So right now I'm gathering African Americans so we could come back and rebuild Ethiopia to its ancient glory.
Hey, listen, I'm really interested in what you're talking about. I'm gonna follow you. Please follow my TikTok account. Hey, listen. Have you ever been to Addis?
Nah, we're looking to get a group together and head over there. You know, in next year, really. We're supposed to do it this year, but some stuff got pushed back.
All right, now let me give you a clue. If you heard about the story of Abyssinian Baptist Church in New York, Manhattan, do you know that?
Yeah, we've heard of that.
That's 200 something years ago. Ethiopian merchants, the seamen came to New York. Can you imagine they tried to worship together with white people because of segregation? Finally, they got offended and they left the church. They started their own church. That's the Abyssinian Baptist Church. You need to read that. Just Google it. Abyssinian Baptist Church.
Yeah, that was 100 years ago, not 200. That was 100 years ago when the
Abyssinians... 230 years ago.
It was 100.
Why don't you just Google it?
Okay, yeah.
Abyssinian Baptist Church. That surprised me, man, how they got here. I really don't understand. But anyway, they always go to Ethiopia to visit the country anyway. The great children. Hey, listen.
Matter of fact, we actually visited that church in Harlem. Yeah, we actually went there in Harlem.
Yeah, hey, I'm glad and I'm happy what you're doing right now. You know, like I said, what surprised me, you know about Emperor Theodros, Emperor Menelik, Emperor Haile Selassie, and the rest of the royal family. And keep it up, man. You need to visit that beautiful country anyway. You guys are beautiful here.
We coming, bro. We coming. Like I say, we coming to stay.
Where do you live?
We're not coming to visit. We coming to stay, man.
Where do you live? In the U.S.?
I'm in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I'm here in Washington. Whenever you're around, please let's just connect. I'll take you to Ethiopia.
Yeah, we'll do, man. I love to. Yeah, so matter of fact, we've been in Washington a lot. So yeah, we'll definitely link up with you. We gave you a follow. And, yeah, we're gonna link up with
I'll follow you. I'll follow you now. Please let's keep in touch, okay?
All right, we'll do. Peace, brother.
All right, thank you. God bless you. Stay blessed, man. You have a wonderful day. All right. Thank you.
I told we need to go to DC.
That's a trip though.
Um,
How are you
but yeah,
guys?
y'all, it's just man, conversation rules the nation. Peace, peace.
Yeah. So I don't know what he said about our history. The guy that just left. He he's from Protestant. You know, I think he's from Protestant religion, so he's a little bit whitewashed. I am really upset when he said the kingdom was not God's kingdom. He doesn't have any proof to prove that. We believe that the line of Solomon was a kingdom of God. Those kings and lords were appointed by God himself to Ethiopia.
Well, and like I said, that's why we don't deny that. That's why it talks about the scattered biblical people. So right now, it's very important for the scattered people to go back home.
Of course.
That's the whole Bible prophecy. But a lot of people in Ethiopia don't even know the Africans and the people in England and the people in the islands. They are the scattered Ethiopians. And these are the people they have to bring back to restore the Father's land. In the name of God.
Yes.
You know, and that's what we up here for. We up here to reconnect with one another so we can get this energy flowing and we can get back home.
Yes, Ethiopia is, you know, a country that is blessed by God and a true city of Canaan for blacks. You know, we are the last resort for black people during hard times in the past history, during the colonization period. Ethiopia was the one fighting the blacks fight, you know, on behalf of all blacks. And God helped us to win the Italian war, and we remained independent. You know, they took the Ark of the Covenant of St. George to the war, and he himself fought that war. And this might be an unbelievable story for some, but for us Ethiopians, it's a well-known history. And King Minilik himself built a marvelous church in the center of the city for St. George. So, yeah, I believe what you are saying is true.
That's what's up, brother, man. Like I say, I definitely, to all the Ethiopians that's watching, reach out to their website. We are gathering. We have other brothers and sisters also on board. We have a petition. And if we all get behind this petition in the right way, the people will be coming back and the artifacts are coming back. So at the same time, everybody is returning back to Ethiopia. The artifacts are also returning back to Ethiopia. So we could take back our economic power, we could take back our resource power, and we could take back our land power. And we can establish our people without foreign interference. But a lot of people understand, like you said, we have to do these things in the Ark of the Covenant, which is in the ways of God. That's what the Ark of the Covenant provides. It provides God's security so you won't lose. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the Ark of the Covenant is really for. And this is the time where all these things be brought back to Ethiopia to restore. And like I always tell everybody, the African Union is in Ethiopia. If the African Union is Ethiopia and Ethiopia get restored, then what that's going to be for Africa?
To restore Africa.
It's going to restore Africa. But most of us don't know this. So most of us don't know the Bible is connected to Ethiopia. Most people don't even know the Bible prophecy is connected to Ethiopia. So, but yeah, man, we really appreciate you coming up. We do have our website up there. So if you ever want to reach out to us, you want to be a part of our WhatsApp, we have WhatsApp calls. And like I said, we'll get these things moving. Because this is stuff that we've been doing for years. You know, but a lot of people are not aware to the steps that have to take place. That's going to actually profit us. You know, because we're not trying to start a church. You know, we fighting for our people and we're going to heal our people through our actions and what we do. People ain't going to be healed by just what we say. People gonna be healed by the things that we do and accomplish. That's how we gonna bring healing to our people. You know, so man, we definitely appreciate coming up with that clarity, man. We definitely
Thank you so
appreciate
much,
it.
guys. Thank you so much. Just wanted to say here in Ethiopia, we are fighting these whitewashed people who said that are saying most of our histories are lies based on fairy tales and based on some false narratives, but it's not. We are fighting this fight. We are making sure that all of our histories are true and legitimate, and we want to keep it that way. That's why I joined this live, because the guy before me was just whitewashing our history. So thank you so much, brother.
All right, man. Salute to you, brother.
Peace.
Peace. And y'all, we need to find a way to connect. Can we put up, before we let anybody else up, can we put the post up of when Zatu was calling us back home? When
in the email I had?
Yeah. Do I have it in this phone? We finna put up, like there was in 1922, y'all. It was like 1922 that we was being called back home.
You mean the email I had, right? Oh, gotcha. Is this on the information?
Is it that one? No, is it this one?
Oh.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So Empress Zatu was calling African Americans back home to not build America, because you got to understand, in 1920 is when America was being built, y'all. That's when the cars started being introduced. That's when the electric lights started being introduced. That's when the assembly line, which is the plants, the factories, all this stuff was built in the 20s. They weren't building no factories in the 1800s. So at the time America was just starting to be built, Black Americans was being called back home. Now I tell y'all, this was before NFL, this before rap music, this before R&B, this before record labels. Just imagine if all the record labels, all the basketball, all the football, the soccer, all this would be in Africa right now. In 1922, when they was calling us back home, imagine what Africa would be and imagine what America would be. America would be like Africa. If black Americans would have left America, Africa would be like America. And what? And I'm not talking about the America. I'm talking about the facade. Everybody want to come to America. Everybody's so America's so great. America ain't great. America's a facade. So this is the 1920s. Marcus Garvey had the attention of the Black American people. In the 1920s, Marcus Garvey had the attention of Black American people ready to move. They wasn't believing in Jesus. They wasn't waiting for Jesus to come get them and take them to heaven in 1920. Millions of Black people was not waiting for Jesus in the 1920s for Jesus to come save. So Marcus Garvey had the attention, and if anybody know about Marcus Garvey movement was to take us back where? To Ethiopia. We weren't going back to West Africa. Now again, Africa is beautiful. It's many other continents that's beautiful. But we talking about our White House. We talking about where the African Union is at. But just imagine, y'all, if we would have left America in the 1920s and went back to Ethiopia. Just sit back and imagine these things. Just imagine, y'all.
So it says African Americans were inspired to see a proud African delegation being treated with so much respect by U.S. officials. Newspapers reported in that honor of the delegation's visit the flag of Abyssinia, which is of green, yellow, and red, horizontal stripes flew over the national's capital. Is that the part?
But this is not the clause I wanted to show. But I guess, you know, that'll do, because we're gonna get back in the guest. But I really just want y'all to see this, y'all. And just imagine these things so you can imagine what's finna take place. You know how, y'all, when people find out about this history, especially the Black Americans, you think they're not gonna acknowledge it? You think they're not gonna, how many Black Americans travel to Ethiopia? How many Black Americans travel to Ethiopia? They'll go to Paris. They'll go to England. Right now, most Black Americans will travel to England before they go where? To Ethiopia. Let alone Africa. So how many brothers came back in the hood and say, man, I just went to Ethiopia, bro. Shit, man, I seen the Black Kings.
This was the part you wanted. It says the group visit the U.S. at the time when Blacks were by law second-class citizens. And in some places, the most common crime against American Blacks was lynching. Before leaving Chicago, a reporter for the Chicago Defender, an African-American newspaper, asked the Ethiopian delegation what they thought about lynching in the U.S. The representatives responded, "We dislike brutality. Lynching of any nature and other outrages heaped upon your people."
There you go. So the Ethiopian royals came over here in 1922 to see about what was happening to the African Americans, because where did the African Americans come from? Where did they come from? Why was the Ethiopian royals coming over here? We don't even know nothing about this story. More people, what Africa did for us? Forget Africa. What Africa did for us?
They've been trying to help us.
We didn't want to help ourselves. So why our history is not being taught like this? These people not no slaves. This woman wasn't no slave. This was in the 1900s. She was not a slave. Nobody was ever a slave in her family. But you think we were slaves in the 1600s. You think we've been slaves since the 1600s. That's what the colonizers want us to think. We've been slaves since the 1600s. Don't let that fool you, y'all. We became slaves in the 1900s. That's why by law we was considered second class, because we was actually the first class. So to make the first class the second class, you got to pass a law. We were supposed to be first class citizens because of where we come from, but they made us second class by law in America. So when Marcus Garvey showed up on the scene with the newspaper, and Marcus Garvey newspaper started going across the world, and when it got to Ethiopians, that Marcus Garvey is one of the reasons why the Ethiopians came over here. Because when they got Marcus Garvey newspaper, Marcus Garvey had in his newspaper how Black people was being treated in America. They were like, what was going on? They weren't watching the news back then. That's why the newspaper was so important. So when they got this information, they're like, man, I need to go see about these people. So then they told us to come back home. Then America didn't tell us, though. The African people called us back home, but you think America gonna say, hey, y'all, they just called y'all back to Egypt. Back to Ethiopia. Y'all go ahead. Hell no, that America ain't gonna tell you that. Because America wanted to keep you here. So you can create the rap, so you can create the NFL, so you can create all the inventions that America was gonna use against you. We created rap, they took rap and used it against us. That's like the man say, black man created the light bulb, white man created the electric bill. And that's real. And now we can't pay the electric bill. We invented light. And they cut our lights off. We cut their lights on, they cut ours off. This is what we've been going through, y'all. You think Ethiopia would have robbed us like this? You really think Ethiopia, and that's why the brother man said abuse it. Ethiopia is for black people. You can't go to Ethiopia and just think, oh, the white man rule this country. You ain't gonna think like that. It don't even feel. But when you're in America, white man rule this country, so I'm just gonna submit. White man rule, I'm just gonna submit. You go to Ethiopia, you ain't gonna think like that. You might start picking up trash, man. Stop throwing dirt on my country, man. You gonna have some sense of pride about yourself. That's why they want to keep you here, because they don't want you with pride. I'm talking about good pride. I'm not talking about that pride that's the devil. I'm talking about you have pride, so you take care of something. That's what means you have pride. When you have pride of something, you take care of it. You're proud of it.
Peace, peace.
Hello.
What's going on, brother? Peace.
How are you?
We good.
I just asked you that you have posted the writings about Zodi and this president to withdraw Wilson thing, right?
Correct.
Right.
So, are you referring that? And I have seen your post that you mentioned Ethiopian thing, especially the woman part. Ethiopia has been colonized.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Can you mention when? Can you mention when?
Well, the door opened for colonization in 1868.
I asked you, can you mention? I think you are a puppet, someone who paid you.
Hey, brother,
You
man,
shut
don't cut me
up
off.
loud.
Hey, brother. Don't ever ask me a question and then just cut me off and think what you think. Tell me, would a puppet start a petition to get treasures back? I just want to say, would a puppet do this? Because you saying I'm a puppet, right? Because you and your emotions. Now, I'm showing you, and come off mute. I'm showing you what I'm doing from Ethiopia. Now show us what you're doing for Ethiopia. Or tell us. I'm showing you what I'm doing for Ethiopia. And this is one thing that I'm doing for Ethiopia. This ain't the many things. This one thing. So tell me what you're doing for Ethiopia. You got to come off mute. He said I'm a puppet, y'all. So I just want to know, do puppets. So tell me what you're doing, brother.
If you want to hear that, when about the struggle between slave thing or
No, stop.
African
Hey,
war,
brother man.
African war,
Brother.
because Africans, every citizen, even in America, they came to fight.
Hey, brother, you just got to
of Italy.
Brother, you got to answer the question. What are you doing for Ethiopia?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm doing, for example, I'm health professional. I'm doing health things. Okay?
What you said? I ain't what you said. Say it again. I couldn't understand what you said.
For example, why are you talking about Ethiopia?
Because we have a judgment against the Roman Catholic Church to get back the Ethiopian treasures. You gotta hear us out.
Ethiopia?
You gotta hear us out.
Why you are interested in Ethiopia?
Hey, bye, bro. Hey, we gonna holler at you. That's why you couldn't tell us what he was doing. He was doing the damn thing, but he ain't doing nothing but what? Mad at us. Like we took your treasures. You see what I'm saying? Like we gave you the name. We didn't give you the name Ethiopia. The colonizers did it. Go be mad at them. Because you're not attacking the colonizers, you're attacking your brother. You ain't attacking the Chinese man for coming over there buying up the land and buying up stuff. You ain't attacking Bill Gates for coming over there trying to give you fake food. Bill Gates came with a speech. You probably was the one clapping your hand. Oh, Bill Gates over here. Yay! But he giving y'all fake food. You ain't mad at him. But you mad at me. Come on.
First of all, the way you're talking to him is not the way of Ethiopians. The question he was asking was legit. He's like, why are you talking on behalf of Ethiopia or to Ethiopia? What rights do you have? It's like, should Africans be involved in black issues? You should bring in, should black people be involved in Ethiopian issues? And you focusing on history in the back, and you're asking the guy, what is he doing? Do you know what's going on right now? You know how many people are contributing to a lot of things?
Sus. You said black and Ethiopia. So you telling me African Americans and Ethiopians are different?
Aren't you black? Are you black or are you Ethiopian?
Are you black?
I'm black in color. Ethnicity, I'm Ethiopian.
So Ethiopians aren't black people?
I am black. All Africa is not black.
All right, but I mean, sis. So we have a judgment against the Roman Catholic Church for the
That's
things
okay.
they've stolen from Ethiopia in 1868, as you can see in our background.
Yes.
So we're here to restore Ethiopia for the things that they don't know about, which is why they're.
No, you can't say they don't know about.
Okay,
For example, Emperor Tedros they just returned item from England, right? Did you guys do that, or the Ethiopian did that?
I'm sorry?
England just returned a hair, for example, that belongs to Tedros the king back to Ethiopia. Did you guys do that, or did Ethiopians do that?
No, we didn't. We didn't do that. But guess what? There's plenty of artifacts, manuscripts that's still in the.
There is plenty.
You're not even okay. That's still in the Vatican, right?
Yes.
But there's a certain order on how you get that back.
Exactly.
That's why they haven't gotten it back yet. So we're not talking about just getting a piece of lock from a king. We're not, or a body, or Tedros' son that you guys are still trying to fight back.
But do you know there's a lot of people working on that?
Okay, they're working on it, but
even from Italy, they got the oblique, I believe.
They got it from people who those items were passed down from their families. They didn't get it back from the British Museum. They didn't get it back from the Vatican. They got it from people who live out in the world who still have those artifacts. It's not only people,
the hairlock was
that's in the museum.
No, the hairlock was in the Museum of British. There's a lot of like the Bible, the original Bible, the gold one. There's still like clothes items. Everything is in the museum.
And they make profit off of it every day.
Yes, but there's people actually working on that to get those things back. I know you guys are working in Rome.
We are one of those people that's working for it.
Okay, but the thing is, like Ethiopia has a lot of pride. You understand? They work hard for that country. They're still doing it now. You know, like there's no peace at all. There's 1,000, 1 million people dying every year.
Yeah, we know that.
And you guys are asking Ethiopian, what are you doing? To me, that's offensive because you don't know what they're doing.
Well, what are you doing
The
then?
only reason that Ethiopians survive is because of us.
Okay, well, tell us what you're doing then.
Don't you look at the media?
Tell us what you're doing.
What am I doing?
I ain't stuttering.
Yeah, what you doing for Ethiopia?
Everything. Do you know how you raise 10 kids and you help people grow? It doesn't have to be little things or big thing. It's everything that helps Ethiopian grow.
Okay, so
all right.
You understand? If you take 10 kids in Ethiopia and you raise them, that's a big deal. It doesn't matter if you return some item that was coming to Ethiopia. An item does not save a life.
You're not saying that's not a good thing. We're talking about government.
But you're asking me what I do.
We're talking about political wise. We're talking about that will change your children's life.
Yes. So what I'm saying is you need to work with somebody that's actually doing that right now in England and in Rome. Like I say, in Rome, they took the oblique that was in Aksum, right? They just returned it back. So you need to work with Ethiopians that are actually doing this right now. I know you guys are trying to work to help us out, but it's working out. It doesn't mean like you're going to fight the people and bring something to them, because eventually you're going to receive hate towards the Black Americans.
Sis, we're not doing that.
You are doing that.
We don't come up here with the anger.
I'm not angry. I'm just telling you that's what you're gonna get.
I'm just talking about the other people. The Ethiopia being colonized doesn't help us.
It's not colonized.
It doesn't make us feel good. It's something that is the truth, and we have to let them know that it's the truth, because a lot of Ethiopians don't believe that Ethiopia is colonized.
Have you been in Ethiopia?
No, we haven't been to Ethiopia. No, we haven't been to Ethiopia.
So how do you know it's colonized?
Because of the information.
From where?
From Ethiopia.
So
Ethiopia? Who gave you the information from Ethiopia?
Ethiopians give out this information.
No, you're not reading from Ethiopia. You're reading
So
it
can
from
I
the
show you?
news of this.
Can I show you information that comes from Ethiopia? Comes from Haile Selassie's
Sure.
grandson.
The leader.
That's on the website of the Crown Council of Ethiopia, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is on the website. This is a letter that he wrote after the Queen died. And what Queen? Queen Elizabeth.
And this was published in 2022.
And published in 2022.
Under
I'm gonna
the Abbey membership.
So it says Haile Selassie bestowed upon Her Majesty and her consort, which is her husband, Prince Philip.
I just want to tell you something.
Let me finish,
Like,
and then
I know.
Let me finish.
I can read that.
It says the highest orders within the Salic-minded gift. In every sense, they bow to each other with the compassion of understanding the great things which harness them together in the service of their people. So they work together. So this is not information that we made up. This is information that comes from Ethiopia.
No, that's the thing you don't understand about Ethiopia. That's why I said go to Ethiopia, look at it, and see how you get information.
So is this document not? This document
every
is not.
document. Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like,
This
every
document is not from him.
every document that comes in right now is under political attack. Like, for example, everyone want to favor their side. I'm just telling you, if you want to go, read it from
So
his
is
side.
this document false? It doesn't come from him? Is it yes or no? Does it come from him?
I don't know. I have to look at it.
So do your research, because I've done mine.
You're just looking at a website. We don't do research on websites.
Yeah, I can show you the website. I think
No,
it's.
I don't do research on a website. You have to call and contact and speak to him if that information is from him. Actually, yes.
The letter that comes from the website literally says the statement comes from the president of the Crown Council of Ethiopia. This is his name.
I know his name.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
Go look at it. But I'll come back with you. If you don't believe this, I'll bring your history. But this is 2022.
No, I believe this. You don't believe it, so you have to do the research.
No, some of it is true to some extent, but not everything. Even if some people go Google or Wikipedia and learn history that was written 2022.
This is not Wikipedia.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay, look.
And this is the same thing as a website.
Hold on. I want to ask you this question. How long people been leaving from Ethiopia and
How
coming
long
to America?
has people what?
How long people been leaving Ethiopia and coming to America?
Everyone lives their country since day one.
No, ain't no day. So, no, how long people been leaving Ethiopia and coming to America?
Since the access of immigration is allowed, even before that.
So we could be Ethiopians then, right?
You mean you are from descendant of Ethiopians?
Correct.
Yes, it's possible.
Okay. So I mean, I got a right to talk about Ethiopia then, right?
Not really. Let me ask you, you're black? Do I have the right to talk on black issues?
If you're doing something for them, yeah.
In America?
If you have dedicated your life to helping black people in America, you got something to say.
But I will do it with the
doing nothing, you ain't
respect
got nothing to
of,
say.
yeah, but I'll do it with respect of them, right? Because they know more than I do. They have ancestors and grandparents that they talk to. I don't know their grandparents.
But
I don't know the history they got from.
every Ethiopian that comes up here don't disagree with us. There's Ethiopians that agree.
Actually, a lot of Ethiopians disagree on your site. The video that you just
we
made was
agree.
not
There's a lot of
colonized.
Ethiopians that disagree,
you
but
can
there
read it.
are some that agree, though.
Okay, I want to do this.
You want to know
If
why
you're
some
Ethiopian,
agree?
hold on, let's see something.
I can tell you that too.
If you're an Ethiopian that agree with us, put a 1 in the comments.
True
If you're an
Ethiopians.
Ethiopian that agree with us, just put a 1 in the comments. And we know it's a lot of them that don't, of course. That's why the title up here, so we can talk about it.
Because what's going on right now in the country is divided.
It's been divided.
You have Somalians.
It's been divided in history.
No, you have Somalians that want to say, yeah, it was colonized under someone else, under Somalia, which is not true. You guys will know it. It might be, I don't know. But you don't know that. You say it's colonized by the Europeans.
It is, sis. Sis, this is what you got to understand.
Okay.
Hold up, the power.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, peace.
So can you ask him, was it colonized by a white person? Or by Europeans?
Europeans, white person, British Empire, whatever you want to call it, that's who colonized it. And they
It's
colonized it with
it's
information by
yeah. I'm just
destroying all your
saying.
leaders. They
I wonder.
destroyed all the leaders who had the information and brought in their information.
Okay, I'm just reading your feedbacks from your people. Okay, thank you, Asmal. I guess good luck. Ciao.
All right, peace. Like, people gotta understand. Like, we gotta start going back. I gotta say this to every Ethiopian. Ethiopia is a colonized name. Let's start there. Ethiopia is a colonized name. Let's start there. The kings of kings traveled. Well, most of them didn't travel. Some of them did. So now Ethiopia is landlocked. Who landlocked Ethiopia? The colonizers. How could you take land and you not? Yo, when people are able to take stuff from you, that's the first form of telling you have lost your power. You lose power and you accept influence from other nations. It's just that simple. It was just, like I say, y'all, you have to accept the truth. That's what we have to understand. Of course, we've been taught Ethiopia wasn't colonized. Of course, you have been taught that. Shit, you was taught the lie. Of course. But if you deal with the facts, and that's why when people come up here, certain Ethiopians, like, when we lay down the fact, they be like, well, we agree with that. If you agree with that, that means you agree with it being colonized, but you want to hold on to the teachings of it's not colonized. But the facts tell you it's colonized. Nobody in Ethiopia call themselves Ethiopian if they weren't colonized. That's why we call ourselves African Americans, because we've been colonized. That's the whole point. If you take upon the colonizer's name, you are colonized. Use your ancient name. Speak your ancient language. Let that be dominant. Why is English dominant in Ethiopia? Colonized. Like, Ethiopians will tell you right now, if you can speak English, like they used to do us over here, speak proper English, boy. Don't speak that slang. Speak proper English. So if I'm an Ethiopian and I speak proper English, I'm intelligent. This is coming from Ethiopians. Because shit, I'm not over there. So how do I know that Ethiopians say this? You get looked at different for what? Walking in the customs of the colonizers, you get praise.
And being born into the lie of you're not colonized, you won't even recognize what colonization is. You won't even know what it is because you're brought up to not even know what it is.
You've been taught it's not, so you won't believe it is. That's what the colonizers do. They teach you what is not true, so when the truth comes, you won't accept it. So why you don't want to accept the truth? Because you was taught the lie. It was. This is why we have to talk about it. Why you gotta talk about it? Because you was taught the lie. What's going on? Peace.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Not much. I like your guys' conversation, but there is some stuff we have to recognize. There is some stuff we have to search behind what's going on. Colonized, right now, we are in fight, life to death. All the world is against the one country, that will be Ethiopia. They knows we have our own calendar, our own alphabet, our own culture, our own religion. The world knows that. We have to look at behind that. When you talk about colonized, right now, we've been colonized by world, not by just British. Why we dying? Not just Ethiopia, all Africa. Why we dying? Why they have peace? Why we end up in some other country? Because of what? Because of our skin colors. Just let's say, I live in the United States. They came the same times on the ship. They still being called by African American. They call themselves American. The land is Indian land. is not American land. So when we talk about colonized, let's look at the ancient history. We can explain what's in the Bible. How many times has been written in the Bible about Ethiopia? 25 times, clearly, not just in Ethiopian language, in English. You can search it, you can look at it. So if you're going to go about Ethiopia, colonized, not colonized, by who? Not just people there. The Bible.
You're breaking up.
You kind of breaking up real bad, brother. You breaking up real bad.
Okay, just read.
Yeah, we
English,
can't.
no. Read Amharic. If you don't read Amharic,
Hey,
what about now?
your service is real bad. Your service is real bad. Yeah, you had real bad service, bro. Yeah. You got to come back up. Your service. Do you know about the coming? Tedros the Third is here. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. The Tedros the Third is here. Is the Ethiopians gonna be able
What
to
do you say?
see?
What do you say? Why are you shouting, bro? Listen, I want to know that. You say Ethiopia is a colonized. It's not. What do you think? Do you hear that?
Yeah, he not ready.
Even you don't know history, bro. Don't give a fuck, man. You must come and then you must tell, you must see that in your eyes.
That's why I turn my camera on. I let you know I'm real. I'm not fake, homie. You know, you turn your camera on. That's what we need to do. We need these Ethiopians to come up. Because I want to ask the Ethiopians, are these original Ethiopians? Is this his original Ethiopian? Is this original Ethiopian? Is this original Ethiopian? Is this original Ethiopian? That's what I'm going to start asking. Forget all that. Let's start there. Because if you can't see I'm an Ethiopian, you colonized. So let's start there. Let's start with me and you. Because if I show you a picture of my daddy, see this man right here? If I show you a picture of my daddy, he look just like him. Now, I know my daddy was colonized because I was born into the colonization. So when people come up here and say, we not Ethiopians, how do you know that? How do you know that? And I want these Ethiopians to cam up. Next Ethiopian we want them to cam up, man. Because we want y'all can see us. You see what we look like. So I just want the next Ethiopian to cam up for us. Because, like I said, I want to see why we not Ethiopians. Because I see myself in a lot of these people up here.
Yes,
So,
how are you guys?
what's going on, brother, man? Can you turn your camera on for us? Okay, we appreciate it. So, we want to ask you a question. Are these people behind us original Ethiopians? Yeah, bad service.
No, it's like it's stuck.
Because you know, when they put images of Ethiopia Why Ethiopians never show their royalty? Ethiopians never showed their royalty. Ethiopia never praised their ancient pictures. Now, to my Ethiopians that do, I'm not saying every Ethiopian, majority of the Ethiopians here in America, they don't have these images up. They over here trying to be like Americans. They don't give a damn about, like, most Ethiopians that's coming up here that's against us, they only care because of what we saying. We the only reason why they care, because of what they caring about their history now, because we talking about it. But they over here in America, they not teaching their history. They not talking about their kings. They over here listening to rap music. But now they're attacking us from talking about it, and they don't even bring it up. Nobody is on TikTok as an Ethiopian talking about their ancient kings. Nobody is connecting to the African Americans. Nobody in Ethiopia is doing these things. Why? They don't know the history and they colonize. Just like we are. Just like nobody in America is talking about Ethiopia.
All right, guys. I'm free.
Hold on, brother, man. I'm gonna let you speak. Nobody, no African American really is in America talking about Ethiopia unless you are a so-called Rastafarian, and all Rastafarians is talking about is Haile Selassie. You know, so these are the things y'all that we are dealing with. So for us to communicate, we both have to realize we are colonized, learn how to communicate and talk for a purpose. Not just because, oh, I was taught we wasn't colonized and now I just want to show you we not. No, let's start talking for a purpose. Let's start talking for unification. We should be seeing how, because it's a problem in America, it's a problem in Ethiopia. How can we come together and fix it? So
All right,
what's going on, brother? Peace.
Yeah, I am on duty, so I can't on my camera. I am free hand. I can speak without a camera, if it's okay.
I'll be sure.
You say why?
You can't speak some.
Why? Because you say your country.
No, I can speak now, but I can't on my camera. I'm working. I'm at work.
Oh,
so I'm free hand. So I'm using my phone, my earphone.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're just gonna have to be sharp. But go ahead. Well, first question I want to ask you: are these original Ethiopians?
Of course they are.
Okay, so why when they put pictures about Ethiopians, why they don't never show none of these people?
I mean, we all of us. I have them in my house.
That's what I'm saying. But don't nobody show them like these are. This is what make Ethiopia, because when you see Ethiopian images, because he look like a black American. Don't he look like a black American to you?
You know that we have, you know, Ethiopians, we have 4 kind of colors.
Oh, hold up, brother, man.
Let me tell you. No, wait. Let me explain for you.
Listen, bro.
Yeah.
When you look at the ancient kings, he don't he look like a black American, or he look Ethiopian?
We are all blacks.
No, do he look like a black American or do he look Ethiopian? Because to Ethiopians don't look like black Americans.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you.
No.
Okay.
So, brother man, so just answer the question. Do he look like an Ethiopian or do he look like a black American?
There are some Ethiopians look like black Americans. There are Ethiopians like light skin. There are dark skin.
Okay, I know that. I'm not talking about skin. And we talking about features. Let's talk about the features.
Actually, let me tell you something. So, my brother, let me tell you something.
Just slow down, just answer the questions. I'm going to give you the mic back. I'm going to give you the floor.
All
just
right.
Answer the question so I can give you the floor. So, if somebody showed you him, would you say he looked like an Ethiopian or would you say he looked like a black American?
Because I know him, I will say this Ethiopian. Because if I know him, who is he?
Okay, but if hypothetically speaking, if somebody showed you him, what would you say he looked like? A black American, right?
How could I say it? How would I say it? He's in Africa. How could I say that he's black in America? He always say he's an African.
Well, brother man, I'm only saying this, like, I don't know if you think like this. I'm just going off conversations that we have with Ethiopians because we are talking about.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, but
so
actually,
all I'm telling you is, mostly everybody on here look like a black American. If nobody didn't tell you they was Ethiopian, you wouldn't even say they was Ethiopian. But somehow the colonizers have took the image of an Ethiopian, and now the Ethiopian image is not a black American image. This is how the colonizers has put us against one another.
All right.
See,
Okay.
this is what I'm trying to reveal.
Can I ask you a question for you? So what do you are thinking? The Ethiopians are not Ethiopian?
We're not, well, a lot of people in Ethiopia is not originally from Ethiopia. A lot of them are for India.
What?
A lot of them are for other countries because brother man, most of the Ethiopians got unalived and was scattered. Now, of course, I'm not saying you don't have original Ethiopians there. Yeah, of course you do. But you also have a lot of invaded Indians that's in Ethiopia. This is facts. That's why in the 1868, the Indians helped the British invade Ethiopia.
Never. They tried to invade.
This is what I'm telling you. You have a lot of scattered Ethiopians, and you have a lot of other people that have came into Ethiopia. This is facts. But Ethiopia don't want to acknowledge this.
No. Let me tell you. We have a lot of scholars that think. You know, you like to put your ideology, but when somebody tries to tell you, you don't like to listen. That's a problem with you now. I was about 30 minutes here listening you. My sister even tried to tell you. You know one thing? If you read about Ethiopia is full of color. We have all the kind of people in Ethiopia. You can find light skin like my sister. She's next to you. She's definitely should look like Ethiopian. She had. And you also. We have also light skin, more lighter. And we have a chocolate color. You can find the 4 colors in Ethiopia. If you go to in the north, you will find the light color. If you go in the east, different. If you go to the south, it's different.
Well, brother, we're not talking about the color. We're talking about the features of African Americans and Ethiopians. Because a lot of African Americans, hold on, bro. A lot of African Americans don't got the same color skin either. So it's not about the color, it's about the features. That's why when we talk about, oh, we're from Ethiopia, we are the scattered people of Ethiopia. They say, no, hold on, bro. They say, no, we're from West Africa. We can only come from West Africa because they don't believe that they've been part of the slave trade. Y'all don't believe that Ethiopia is part of the slave trade.
We never been slave trade.
Yes, you have.
And see, that's what we talking about. That's colonized information, so you won't know these things.
Wait, let me tell you, we never been colonized. We never been colonized.
Hold up. That's why we was telling you, when the Ethiopians come to America, they don't even know African Americans are Ethiopian. Why they don't know this? Because you cannot sit here and tell me this is not African Americans. You can't tell me this man is not African American. Now, of course, he's of Ethiopian royalty, but you can't tell me African Americans don't come from Ethiopia. And
why you pick only particularly that one of our why you pick it?
You can look at Menelik, you can look at Zatu, you can look at everybody up here. You can look at Wallo. He was the king of Wallo. You can look at these brothers down here. They look so because this is what I ask every Ethiopian. How long you think people been leaving Ethiopia and going to America? Tell me how long people been leaving Ethiopia and coming to America.
I mean, my sister showed it since the border is between is open, you know, and then if you like to say you are descent of Ethiopia, you can be, of course, you might be. I don't. Nobody can deny.
That's what I'm saying. But
that you can be shown by the NA. That you can be shown by the NA. It's a reason.
But listen, this is what I'm telling you, brother. It's a disconnection because when Ethiopians come to America, they don't know this. Why Ethiopians don't know African Americans are Ethiopian? Tell us why they don't know this.
Maybe it is lack of we Ethiopians, we just talking too much. We heard about us, and now we start to know about the world too much, and we learn too much. And our families, our grandparents, they were strong to keep our borders, nobody to come in to attack us, but when it's peacefully they can come in, and that's we know about Ethiopia. We keep our land keep from everything, nobody to come in and attack us. We were the fighters, and then we were the first black peoples to defeat the Europeans, and we were the symbol of the black fighting. That's why all the revolution start from all in Africa.
Well, brother man, we not taking away the warriors. We not saying But ain't no more warriors no more because the government is not fighting no more. The leaders are not fighters no more. They are working for the British Empire. Haile
No, no,
Selassie
no, no,
gave them
no.
the power. Like, you got to understand, Haile Selassie didn't give the power to his grandson. None of his grandsons. Because if he gave the power to the grandsons, you know what they'll be sitting in? His chair. But they are not sitting in his chair because he didn't give them power. Haile Selassie gave Ethiopian power to the British Empire. It's on paper. And
Do you have any? Can you show that paper?
okay, yeah, we're gonna show it.
Yeah.
We finna show it right
that
now.
my empire had signed that.
Brother man, why Haile Selassie? And we gotta understand Haile Selassie was the ruler at that time. This not know anybody that's doing this. This is the ruler of Ethiopia. Giving power to, and then not any power, he's given the solid-minded gift, which is the wisdom and power of God. He is taking this wisdom and power and giving it to the British Empire. So after he passed, that's why the throne didn't continue. Because Haile Selassie didn't give it. It's like when Menelik passed, he gave it to who? To his daughter.
Yeah.
When Tedros passed, Johannes got it. When Johannes passed, Menelik got it. But when evidently, when Haile Selassie, the only emperor that went to Great Britain, when he passed, it was over with. And now the royal family is only in what? England. It's no more Ethiopia royal family. Because why?
It's
colonized now.
It the end up in the after the Haile Selassie, the royal family is cut. There is no more in kingdom or empire in Ethiopia.
Okay, but listen. Why did that happen after the only emperor? Because Haile Selassie is the only emperor that went to Great Britain. No other emperor went to Great Britain. Let's get these facts straight. No emperor went to Great Britain. Haile Selassie is the only one. Haile Selassie is the only one to give the gift to another country.
But
no
our
other
prince,
emperor gave the gift to another country. So why
our
after
prince was been taken
the
also.
only emperor that came from Great Britain now?
When they, let me tell you, our prince been as a prisoner in England. They took him from Ethiopia, and then he passed away there.
But brother man, it don't listen. What I'm trying to tell you, you gotta put the pieces together. I can't put them together for you. You gotta put together. Why Haile Selassie is the only emperor that sat on King David's throne to ever go to Great Britain and live. Let's get the people who colonized the world.
No. He's not the only. No, he's not the only. He continued. The Sassanid dynasty. He was stopped in the Zagwe dynasty. My friend, you see, you have to know back history. Not only this concept of when there's a colonization time or the slave trade.
Man, I don't have to listen to the. I'm trying to tell you facts.
No, also, man, I'm trying to tell you the fact and the reality. Okay,
No,
you have to back.
You
have to back 4,000 years.
No.
No. Back to 4,000 years. Ethiopia was from before it was Abyssinia. From Abyssinia, when they came Ethiopia, she was one of the powerful land in the earth, like Persia, like Rome, Greek,
brother man.
Indian.
So what about the document that you asked for? What about the
this
document?
one? Why is it released now? Why the release it now? Why the release it now?
Huh?
If it was right in 1974, why is it released in 2014? After 50 years, why?
What did you
Oh no,
say?
he's saying why it's written because Haile Selassie grandson put this out after the queen passing, showing her honor.
Yeah, this is on.
He was honoring, the passing of the queen.
Yeah, on the passing of the queen and the acts of King.
If he is right, that is his ideology. That not belongs to Ethiopians.
I'm sorry.
That not belongs in Ethiopia.
This is a statement.
They don't know this kind of activity. We never know it.
Brother. This is on the Crown Council website. This is on the Crown Council website of. Hold on. This is on the Crown Council website of Ethiopia.
We don't
and the
have a crown
statement was
anymore.
what?
We don't have a crown anymore.
You have a Crown Council still.
No, but that is, we don't have it officially. Nobody know. We don't have it.
Brother, this is Haile Selassie's grandson right here.
Yeah,
it says
I know
Crown
him.
Council of
That
Ethiopia.
That is his organization, so that is it privately. We don't have anymore.
All right, bro.
So
we
so
don't
the
have
person
anymore.
Okay, but the person who sat on the throne last was Haile Selassie, right?
Yes.
So his grandson, the person who was on the throne, his grandson wrote that statement.
Okay, can I say one thing?
Hold on. Talking about what was going on in Haile Selassie's time. Not talking about him. Talking about what Haile Selassie did.
Okay, my question is now, why is now released in 2022 or 23?
Because that's when the queen died. The queen died in that time. You don't remember when she died?
I remember. I'm glad.
Okay, so this is a statement right after she died.
Talking about what happened when she was living.
She doesn't do nothing when she live in Ethiopia. It's always, if you say Ethiopia is colonized, not. We Ethiopian is colonized. Let me tell you.
Hey, you don't get it. Yeah, you don't get it. So
we don't honor the queen. That's all. We don't honor the queen.
Your government do. You don't. The people of Ethiopia might not honor the queen. Your government do. The people that run the country, they honor the queen.
Okay, can I tell you one thing? All African governments, they leak Europeans us. I know that it is normal. So you have to understand not the government, understand the people.
The people is not
the people. That's why right now we are setting up a new Ethiopian government. That's what we are doing. Bringing in a new Ethiopian government and a new African government that's not going to accept the influence of the West. That's all we doing.
All right.
That's why we are here to unite with our people. Now at the same time, we got to have these conversations because conversation rules the nation. But at the same time, brother man, we got stuff in black and white. Like I have a petition to return Ethiopian treasures. So I'm not trying to talk down on Ethiopia. I'm trying to restore Ethiopia. I'm trying to make my brothers and sisters aware in America about Ethiopia.
Okay.
So we can come remove the tribal war because the same tribal war that you fighting in Ethiopia, we fighting in America.
All right. If you start in America, the petition please start from the college, the Catholic University, the Catholic Church give it for the Chicago University, all the Ethiopians book. Start from that.
Brother man, I already started. This is the petition. It started in 2021. It's gonna be 2025. Y'all, we 4 years behind. I only have 1,400 signatures? You know how many signatures I should have? I mean, I got like 4,000 signatures. I should have 400,000 signatures.
Okay,
right
I
now,
can go and share it also.
Huh?
I can share it this one, and then this one I can be the part of that. If it's gonna back the petition to back my country things, I will be the part of it.
That's what I want to get people to see, because the colonizers have us fighting with one another and not really unifying. So after we do disagree, I want people to know that I'm actually doing something for Ethiopia, so you can understand that I have good intentions.
Okay, now this one
I'm not coming from an intention where I just want to talk bad about Ethiopia and destroy Ethiopia's name. I'm trying to actually help save the legacy and restore the legacy back to where it was, but in the righteous order of God. That's what we are about.
All right, but the one thing is still I'm not agree that Ethiopian had never been colonized. This is I will disagree with you. Again and again, my brother. I am happy what you are doing, but in this one, I'm not gonna agree with you.
Well, brother man, like I say, we're not gonna agree with everything, but we must come together to restore and help heal Ethiopia, so we can heal Africa and we can fix this world that we are in. If we take that step forward, if we take that one step forward, we'll be able to work together.
Oh. Shaki, read your history now, Madam. You are talking about Ethiopia was the first country to be colonized. In your dream.
Well, brother, man, like I said, we appreciate you coming up, but I
thank you.
definitely hope you share this petition
What
with
does the
some
website
Ethiopian
say?
brothers and sisters so we can get the signatures up. And like I say, we can get these things returned. And also, the people going to return. At the same time, the treasure's coming back, the people going to come back.
All right.
And what?
That is the website?
Yeah, right here. It's in the website here.
Yeah.
All right, but Ethiopia is colonized. I'm not disagree with that one. You have to consider about it. If you like to bring Ethiopians together, that word he will never bring it here. He will not come to you. I trust. Believe me, brother. This is really Ethiopians. We are really proud people.
Ethiopians already coming, brother. They already coming.
We are really proud people, though. We are really proud people. That we never
brother, man, they got a lot of proud people. The truth hurts.
And then we have our own calendar. We have our own timetable. We have everything our own. We have our own alphabet. You know, we never have been mixed. If you say, if in this generation we are colonized by one thing, what's called English language has colonized us. Yes. Yes.
Hey, y'all, he admitted it. He finally admitted it. The English language has colonized them. We on the same page, man. We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Yeah, have a good time, brothers. And
right,
my
peace,
sister
peace.
also. You look really Ethiopian. I can see that from you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Real deal, man. No fake.
You're right. All right. Have a good time. Enjoy your time. I will enjoy your websites. Then I will be as much as I can be. I can sign the petition.
Okay. All right. So salute to you, brother. Peace, peace.
All right. Thank you, though.
And now, like I say, y'all, at the end of the day, we on the same page. Because he said the same thing I said. If we just look at it from different levels. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of and that's why I won't get and that's why I'm glad that was a great conversation to show you how it's really levels. I just say it's really levels. Because at the end of the day, a lot of Ethiopians see what I'm saying. That's why I was saying earlier, when we start talking about the facts, they be like, okay, yeah. But then when you just say straight up, it's colonized, you got to be looking from a different level to say Ethiopia is colonized. But when you break down the facts and put all the details together, you be like, okay, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. Then at the end of the whole conversation, what did he say? He agreed that the English language has colonized us. Well, when did the English start coming in? 1868. Ethiopia wasn't fully colonized in 1868, but the door was open for colonization to begin. So since 1868, all the way to 1970, they have been working to colonize Ethiopia. Since 1868, are taking all the Ethiopian treasures, artifacts, and manuscripts. And 1970, when the last King of Kings passed, British has now taken full control of Ethiopia because the power was handed to them. And see, nobody was taught this in Ethiopia. That's the cold part about it. Nobody was taught. And that's why I say, I don't even know why he put that out. Like, I'm like, right. That statement was a cold statement. Like, y'all, you got to understand what kind of statement this is. Like, you just can't sweep this statement under the rug. You can't do that, y'all. Like, you can't. We pulling the rug back. We getting that dirt from under the rug. So we going to pull it back. We going to pull it back. Like, you just can't take the solid-minded gift and give it to the colonizers. He could have gave it to the Africans. He could have gave it to Ghana, Kenya. He could have gave it to the Middle East. He could have gave it to Bin Laden. He gave it to the Great Britain. You can't sweep that under the rug, y'all. And see what I'm saying? Like, Ethiopians not taught what Haile Selassie did. They not teaching you in colleges that Haile Selassie gave the solid-minded gift to Great Britain, who colonized their own people. Unless Ethiopians saying they not Africans. They so on their damn high horse, they shit don't stink. They not Africans. The same people that colonize your own people, you go give the gift of Solomon to? You can't sweep that on the rug, y'all. That you can't. That's like I say. That's, man. Like, that information alone is the biggest light bulb when it comes to colonization. And like I said, this started in 1868. When Tedros passed, the door was open. If Tedros would have lived, Tedros was keeping the door shut. That's why Ethiopians love Tedros so much. Because what was he doing? He was keeping the door shut for British to come in. That's why when British came to Ethiopia, they didn't fight all Ethiopia, because all Ethiopia wasn't getting Great Britain. The only one that was against Great Britain was what? Tedros. And the few 300 people that he had. So the whole British Empire came against what? They didn't come against Ethiopia. They came against Tedros. Because again, Tedros was keeping the door shut so the British would not come in. And once they unalived him, the door was open. And they began coming in little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little. So now they all the way in. And you don't even have a royal family no more. What happened to the royal family? Did they all pass away? Did the royal family all pass away? I wonder how they passed away. Did they jump off bridges? Did they drown themselves? Did they hang themselves?
I'm pretty sure Haile Selassie had a son.
Did all of them unalive themselves? What happened to the royal family? Oh, the only royal family they want you to know about is what? In England. They don't want you to know about the Ethiopian royal family. That's why Ethiopia don't know about the royal family. Ethiopia know nothing about their royal family. When Ethiopians come over here, they put 4 pictures up. Tedros, Johannes, Zatu. No, Tedros, Johannes, Menelik, Zatu, and Haile Selassie. That's the only they put up 5 pictures when they come over here. They don't have none of these pictures. They don't have none of these pictures up here. Because they don't teach in Ethiopia to respect the royal family. They don't teach about these things. And again, some of these men did bad, y'all. So we not up here this tooting their horn, but you still should know about them. They rule your country. They're the reason why your country is what? Held at so high esteem. But no credit is given to the people what? Or the reason why your country is not held high esteem because Jesus came 2,000 years ago. Because y'all wouldn't have their pictures. That's why Black Americans had a picture of Jesus. They have the picture of what? The people who sat on David's throne. That's what Jesus gonna do, sit on David's throne. So you get it? Ethiopians have pictures of people who sat on the throne. We got a picture of somebody who sat on the throne 2,000 years ago. But now the Ethiopians worship the 2,000-year-old Christ. And they just got the pictures of the people who sat on the throne. So like I said, y'all, we know we got to talk to people with understanding. And we know most people don't have the understanding that to even keep this conversation going, y'all. So, yeah, I think we finna get off, huh? I'm tired. So like I say, the other saints gonna be live, y'all. If you see this background, they family. We up the same fight. Again, we up here fighting for Ethiopia. At the end of the day, if you mad at our understanding, you mad at our approach, you can't get mad at what we're doing. You can't get mad at the petition we just started to return Ethiopia treasures. You can't be mad that we started a petition to return the Ethiopian treasures back to Ethiopia. You can't be mad that we are bringing awareness to African Americans about Ethiopia. How Ethiopia need our help. How Africa need our help. The world need our help. That's the awareness we're bringing. You can't deny that we are uniting with our people. We are willing to sit down with our people. We went to the Ethiopian embassy. So these are things we are doing behind the scenes. This is a tool for what? To unify our people. Have a conversation, see where I'm coming from. Look, man, how can I help? What can I do? I got this. I can help you do this. Y'all might be able to, you might say, we might be able, you might looking up, we might be able to help you do something.